you kind of be a little bit paranoid about it, right? And kind of have ideas that, okay, these people are after money or whatever. But I think what was hard to process is that once it was kind of confirmed, right? Once you get the confirmation, once it was kind of confirmed, that's difficult because it's once you get the confirmation, it makes you feel like invisible, right? It makes you feel like I am what I have, and for me, I've always been like a lot into my. I love what I do, and I love like all my interests, and I'm all about like just doing and building what I am, and caring a lot about that, and having people around me kind of switch a little bit into seeing me for what I have is like a tough like realization.
What's tough about it?
Makes you feel like invalidated. Makes you feel like kind of unheard. It kind of, yeah, it makes you feel kind of alone a lot of times. Especially as someone who wasn't really about it for like forever. Like, you know, these are difficult things to explain overall. And I'll explain it. If it was just me and you, I explain it like in let's say 80 words, but I'll go a bit beyond to give more context because I know people are watching the
TLDR.
What I'm talking about. Go ahead.
Yeah, let me just so I get that you're speaking vaguely and that's
super vague.
Am I speaking in code?
Yes. Knock it off.
I think so it helps me a lot to understand like a detailed scenario. And at the same time, I'm like noticing that you're being very, very careful. So I don't quite know what you're talking about, which is okay. You don't need to share it.
Okay.
I mean, if you want to, it would be helpful, but I'm okay like respecting what I think is that boundary and just
share it.
On to other stuff. Because I don't think that, I think the impact on you is more important than the details of what happened.
Let it out.
Yeah, I think a lot of it is like
interview with Dr. K. I'll prep on the side.
I've said it in the past, and one of the moments, I think, one of the key moments that really hurt me the most,
losing Sammy,
I kind of gave me that kind of realization, is that whether I was kind of right or wrong, or whether I was being kind of paranoid or not, I've said in the past, like, I didn't really feel good about like how I was feeling and my health overall. Not for things nobody knows about any of his people. I don't want people to speculate. I just didn't feel right. And then I was writing my will with my mom and whatever. And
aw, that's sweet.
And then the person I was with, I was kind of like, I was like, yeah, I don't feel really good and whatever. And then if I die, if I check out, like I want people to get stuff, and that person was not on the will. And then it was like at a moment where I'm like really vulnerable at my kind of lowest, like it's kind of like oh wow, like I'm so scared. I'm writing a will down, hearing him just say like, okay, then that happens, and then what do I get?
Fucking go, digger.
Like, wow, shit, that's tough.
Gotta get my bag and run.
Because it makes you feel like even if you were to fucking check out, like you would still be what you have, you know. And I think that was like really impactful. That's kind of where things kind of fell apart. Yeah.
Money, guys.
Well, thank you for sharing that. I think that adds a lot of. I mean that helped me like really. Like holy shit, man.
Yeah, that's tough.
Facts.
Like, I don't even know how old you are, but
Facts.
you ain't old. And here you are, you know, making your will. And like,
you think he Tupac?
You know,
streaming?
Instead of someone wondering like, hey, like why are you doing this? What's wrong? Like, how can I help? Like, what the fuck, man?
Mm-hmm.
And they're like, what do I get?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And I'm not like kind of paraphrasing. That's exactly how it was. Like almost like 1-to-1.
Wow.
And
wow.
After that, it kind of I don't know, things kind of start changing a little bit, and then and then it just kind of it was like more recurring all the time, a bunch of times, and then it's like I don't know what it's called, the psychological thing where like once you see it once, you know it exists, and you see it more often.
Confirmation bias.
Yeah. Then it's like, then I kind of see it more often in the patterns a little bit. Not that I was paranoid. I'm not like going full schizo about it, but
not full schizo about
well, I mean,
it.
I think it's reasonable. So
Yeah.
I see this a lot with people who are young and successful, and you know, I worked with someone who started a company very young and then like sold it at the age of like 26 or something like that, and then they were, you know, people started treating them differently.
Hold on.
And you mentioned in sometimes that you do contribute to the problems. In what way do you think you contribute to some of the problems that you have?
'Cause I would like let these people like get away with it, if that makes sense. Like I kind of like I didn't want to believe that that was the world that I was going to be living in, and then I kind of let it happen, and kind of let the waves wash over me, if that makes sense.
Facts.
I was just kind of like, there's no way it's kind of like that, and I was kind of in complete denial for the longest time. It took me a while to really get that. Even sometimes you can have it as boldly as it can be in front of you, right? And as easy and right there, you still won't really believe it or something, you know?
Because you're so in disbelief.
If I were to ask, let's say, some of your friends who betrayed you or whatever, do you have a sense of what they would say about how you contribute to problems in relationships? I doubt they would say you were in denial for having too much faith in them.
No. Yeah, no. I think even though I care a lot, I hyper focus on things, and a lot of times I neglect people. I don't give them the time of day. I don't give them time and acknowledgement. And like I said earlier, I don't water my plants, and that was a big problem with my relationships as well.
Nice analogy.
Is that I was a bad boyfriend. I was cold and withdrawn, and rarely there. And when I'm there, I'm just kind of like my head is like
I've been there,
almost, you know. So I'm like
I've been there,
just being there, especially with friends or whatever. And that contributes to problems 100%, because then make people have ideas about what you think or feel about them, and they probably think that you're like almost against them or something like that, right? So in a way, I was always kind of passively not doing good to anybody, and I would expect the same type of thing in return, right? Except instead, when it was more like betrayal, then it feels like it's more willingful hostility. It's more deliberate than just being passively not responding to somebody or ghosting them or whatever, right? I think it's a different level of intensity that kind of raises the bar. And I get it. Some people will snap if they're like starved, but I didn't know it'd get that bad. And I blame myself for a little bit of it. Not all of it. I'm not gonna like full fold on it, but
yeah. So that's useful to know. So I'm kind of hearing that. And it's interesting. You use this word cooked. I think it's a great.
Bro, when you streaming as much as he is, hell yeah, you don't
have anything left.
Content brain.
To let go and recuperate, you know?
Yeah.
And so I'm kind of around, and even to a certain degree, like almost like leeching off of the people around me.
Yeah.
You know, and I just don't have anything left, like to give and participate, but I don't want to be by myself, and I'm getting something from that. So it can feel very one-sided.
Yeah.
Okay. So let me try to stitch some stuff together. Oh, actually, one last question. Maybe not last, but so Felix, a lot of the stuff that we're talking about, I'm curious, like, what are you feeling emotionally as we talk about this stuff? Because like
dead inside,
pretty
bro.
heavy, man.
Dead.
I don't know. I don't
exactly.
I
caught it.
I think the way that I visualize it a lot, I'm very visual, so I can see most of my thoughts and my concepts. Like even though it sounds kind of crazy, but some even like elaborate thoughts that are all words in my head, I see as like an image. The way I can kind of describe it to you is that it's not that it's too hard to deal with, because I think the way that I see it anyway in myself is that, you know, like you have like a RAM in your computer, right? Like it's saturated, it's already maxed out, there's always so much in there that's like in my thoughts or whatever. There's always it's like already packed, right? So whatever comes above it, or whatever, it'll just replace, or but like I think at one point it comes to like a maximum amount of things you can care about, right? If you have like 16 problems and you think about you sitting right now, you think about them, shit, you have to really remind yourself of these problems because you almost forget about them. There's so many of them. And when these things happen all at the same time, yeah, it's heavy. But at the same time, I could just kind of bury it and just kind of go live and just fucking send it, And then it's like, it all becomes gonna, right?
It's getting compacted, guys.
The biggest problem.
You're gonna explode.
With that is that I'll process them kind of passively by just doing stuff. But with just the recent stuff and whatever I have to deal with it. For the first time in my career, if you want to say a career, I have my phone upside up, like whatever, with the like. There are some things I have to kind of be receptive of, and if I get communicated stuff, I need to like answer like kind of like now, right? I can't like escape it entirely. I can never like just say, okay, I'm closing Discord, I'm closing Twitter, I'm closing my text messages, and put it on snooze, and I'm gonna go live for like the whole day. I have to like constantly just kind of check up on it, and that's been like the big roadblock, is like just feeling like something is gonna happen, something's gonna say something.
Sound like you need a vacation,
and just gonna being in that cycle of like reminder that the problems are there. I can't even escape them.
Okay.
This is real. This is a real interview, live.
So
we're just watching
one more question
till I get into all this.
So you mentioned that
stuff.
Sometimes you kind of air this stuff out on stream and stuff, and it helps you process. Have you tried airing it out privately?
He can't. Legally. He can't.
Yeah, a lot of people know about a lot of stuff I go through. Yeah.
Let me start pulling stuff up.
It doesn't help. It doesn't. It just doesn't. Like, just flat out. It doesn't. And sometimes even the solution don't give me any peace. Like sometimes the resolutions of these things, like it's almost like you're kind of chasing it down. It's like you finally get it. It's like, okay, well, that doesn't feel any better.
Okay.
So
right. I'm hearing that that's not helpful. Have you tried with a professional?
I wouldn't trust a professional.
No.
Okay.
I wouldn't. With the information he got.
Felix, here's what I'm kind of. Do you want me to ask you more questions? Are you enjoying talking about this, or do you? Want answers?
Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure, 100%. Yeah, no, you're all good.
No, but what do you want?
I like questions. I think talking about it now, I kind of reprocess it, if that makes sense. I can't just hear myself talk, right? These are some things that I haven't thought about in a while or something. It's kind of helpful to just hear myself talk about it. Yeah. Questions. You can have answers if you have one like on the fly, but
on the fly,
yeah, we can just kind of go. Yeah, just keep asking questions. We'll see what happens.
So is it helpful to you that I'm asking questions?
Yeah, okay. I think you're getting a better grasp of what's up, and I think you're smart enough to interrupt me and kind of have like a solution when you find one, or like something to talk about whenever. I think you pick up on those things, and I kind of trust the process. So.
Yeah, so I think I'm at kind of like a pausing point in the process, and I'm going to give you a couple of options.
Yeah.
The first is that, like, speaking in the vague ways that you are, and I'm not saying that as a criticism. I know that you've got good reasons for it.
Yeah.
So if let's like understand something about processing. So saying the words that need to be said is like really important. So whether that's going to the grave of one of your parents who is sexually abusive and like yelling at them and telling them that they're fuckers and you hate them, that's different from vaguely telling someone that like, my parents did some bad stuff and I'm mad at them. Like you have to speak your truth.
Yeah. So
this is where like I can continue asking questions and I think I'm going to get vague answers, but I felt more.
How do I get a Dr. K interview?
Hearing about this story about your will than like anything else that you've said. And by goodness, I don't mean that it was good. I mean that feels to me like progress in some way.
Yeah.
So that's the second thing is that I think I've got like two types of solutions that we can talk through. One is like okay, like how can you as a streamer understand physiologically, neuroscientifically, psychologically, like what's going on? Sort of like this business about always being plugged in, and like there's like some stuff around that about really understanding what your life is doing to your person.
Yeah.
Stress, like you're getting run ragged, like you're cooked, like you're baked, you're finished, like
definitely
getting overcooked.
Like
right? And
there's
there's stuff where you can say, well, I have to respond to stuff today, and like begging your pardon, Felix, no, you don't. But I totally understand, having worked with like hundreds of content creators at this point, that everyone feels like they do. And maybe I'm wrong, but like, I worked with some pretty big people, and I know the feeling. But there's some amount of like wrestling with yourself. And the second thing, and this is kind of where my heart is like this big question of like, what do you want, and who are you, and how do you live life? Like, what do you look for? When the things that, when your supports start falling apart or betraying you or whatever, like
betrayal,
how do you as like a human being in this world figure out what your compass is? Because what I'm hearing is that there's confusion. There's walls that you've built up to protect yourself that make you isolated. There's one person that you've always been able to count on, which has to a certain degree abandoned you, which is you.
Oh, I thought he was about to say Adept.
And then like, where do you go from here?
Let's say Dr. K cooked.
Right. And like those are questions where I've helped some people, and I think this is like the conversation I'm having with you, I don't think is just about you, and it's not about the other people that I've helped. This is a core problem. A lot of people in life counted on other people, got burned by it. And even in the past, when you get burned by people that you count on, you can count on yourself.
Yeah.
But at some point, even this cracks. And then we don't know what the fuck to count on. We don't even know what we're supposed to be doing. Here you are making all this money, and what happens? The more money you make, the more invisible you become.
Yeah.
So now
That's
it's like, well, what the fuck am I supposed to do?
Yeah.
And I'm hearing that you're okay, like quitting streaming once you feel fulfilled and you're kind of done with it, and you're like, okay, this is no longer fun for me. You're not really in it for the money or the fame or the power or whatever, right? Maybe some part of you is, but
yeah.
But I'm not hearing that like, you're quitting because you're fulfilled. What I'm hearing is that you're struggling to put your life back together, and it's like slipping away from you more and more and more.
Yeah. Well, I don't mind kind of like, in a way, like everybody knows this about me. Like, I'm not going to hide it. I thrive in like chaos and kind of destruction.
What
and
the hell,
all these bad things. Because at one point, it becomes like an outlet, right? When I do anyway, right? And I think it's a very important process. And I just feel like I cannot do that right now. And that's the problem. Is that the destruction and all the things, that's all like, it's been always part of my formula. That makes sense. Yeah, I do like self-destruction and like self-sabotage or whatever in certain ways. And most people think of these things as like really bad and kind of worrisome, and they're like strong words. But at the same time, they're part of my process. They're part of my formula, and it works for me, and I like it. And yeah, there's like, I'll always say, oh yeah, there was drama. But if I didn't like it, I wouldn't be in it. A lot of times, like I stay close to the fire, right? I just this time, it just felt like I kind of fell in the fire, right? I was kind of going like this for like years, and then I just kind of felt right in the fire, and it's like, fuck, I like the destruction. I don't like the absolute like annihilation. It's like a tier above it. And I didn't think it would go like that. I didn't think so.
So okay. So tell me this. So okay, with questions, or you want answers, or what do you want?
Well, questions is good.
Okay.
Good with that.
Oh yeah,
So,
let's keep asking questions.
How do you thrive in chaos?
He tanks it. Just tank it.
This is an analogy that I use sometimes. It's the scratched phone analogy. You get a new phone, right? And you're really careful not to scratch it, right? Oh my God, I can't scratch it. And then once you scratch it, you get really mad at it, right? So you could apply this analogy to anything, like your room or your head or whatever. And then once I get one scratch on it, then it's all out. I don't care anymore. And then it's like I'll get 1,000 scratches on it, right? Because it's damaged. And I cannot be, I'm not a very good adult enough to maintain intact or like overall intact things, right? And it feels like it's easier to thrive when it's all just all out. Like I'm gonna have a little bit of trash on the ground, I might as well have the whole room full of it. If it's gonna be a little bit broken, it's gonna be completely busted, you know? And that's kind of like, it became kind of my world and my environment. And anytime I rented like a nice house or something nice, or I get something cool, whatever, I hate it because it's not my world I thrive in. I like the.
That's them on the end.
Yeah, like back when I used to stream in like a garage and in a basement, and it's like full of trash, and it's like, shit, this is kind of hard, you know? It's easy because it's all. I don't feel like I have the responsibility to maintain it and whatever, and that's just always been my world, and that's what makes me thrive. Yeah, that's the chaos of it.
And think for a second.
It is all Jermaine's
It's beautiful, by the way.
Yeah.
See, look, y'all know I got the heat. Got the heat for y'all. But we got to get through this, and then we'll go into everything. So if you're on YouTube, like the stream for your boy. Taking that brief intermission. What y'all think of this shit? It is a little sad, man. People betraying on them, switching sides.
Understanding you, Felix. It's liberating to have a cracked phone.
Oh yeah. Oh fuck yeah. Because then it's like it falls into the water, jumping on the ground.
Hey, it's cracked. Who the fuck cares?
Yeah,
right?
And
it's scuffed like, anyway.
And if I'm mad at it, if something's going on, I could chuck it.
You can chuck it. It's scuffed.
Yeah, I'll be like, dude, that's not how it feels, you know?
Yeah.
And it feels good. Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead.
It's freedom. It is. It's the feeling that like it's so broken. It might get a little bit more broken, but it's not the difference between it being intact and a little bit scratched. It's like it's a level of like of bad that is controlled. It'll get bad to a little bit worse. And that's like so yeah, it is liberating. It makes you feel like I could do whatever.
Felix, are you perfectionistic?
Probably not, right?
That's tough.
Probably in certain aspects.
That term is, I would struggle with it because I want it to be perfect in my way.
Yeah,
not perfect. So
exactly, I get that. Like my streams are imperfect,
and that's been a blockade in a lot of projects I've been doing with other people. Is that if I can't execute it my way, I will never be able to do it for you or for anybody else. Like it's gonna be really bad. And a lot of sponsors I've had or collabs or whatever, it's just complete trash. It's like I don't know what we're doing because it's not me doing it. Okay. I'm not like the conductor.
Okay, that's helpful to know. And then let me ask you, how good are you at keeping things intact?
Oh, I'm terrible at it. Yeah, I'm absolutely horrible at it.
It's hard for
me. Yeah, go ahead.
No, you're good.
No, you go ahead.
Oh, I've never. I'm terrible at it. It's skill zero.
When did you learn that you can't keep things intact?
I think just growing up and being messy, like just always being like ADHD Andy and like doesn't matter. I can have my entire head and I'll focus on like not dropping this one plate and I will turn and I'll hit it on the wall, right? And at one point I kind of gave up in that part of me that like tries to do that, tries to it was like a complete give up. Like it's not like a little bit. It's like now it's
she crashed the goddamn stream.
Well, not only do I know it's gonna be broken, I'm gonna prepare for it being broken, and I might just break it ahead of time just to make sure that it's broken ahead of time, and I'm not gonna be surprised by it.
Felix,
right?
Come home, baby. Come to mama.
In a lot of ways, I did that.
Come on.
Yeah.
Because here's what I was just kind of thinking there for a second and thinking about what kind of person feels liberation from cracking their phone. The kind of person who's really, really, really stressed.
Yeah, that brother's starving.
What kind of person gets really, really, really stressed for cracking their phone? the person who tries really, really hard to not crack their phone and fucking cracks it anyway.
Okay, yeah.
Right? So what I'm hearing is that like success or perfection is something you've strived for and failed. And exactly
Come on, Dr.
what
K,
you
your
said.
stream
I mean,
crash.
it's kind of like what I was sort of thinking about it. And even to the point where like I'm so afraid of dropping this dish, I'm just going to break it myself.
Yeah. With people too, sometimes you meet somebody that you like or care about, and it feels like I'm gonna fuck up at one point or very soon, and it makes me want to kind of give up on them already, so that they're not disappointed down the line, or I'm not caught by surprise and I just throw them away. Right?
How does it feel to say that?
It's okay. I've been saying it to myself for like years. Like I think it's something I do like all the time. Like throw people away. I know I won't be able to like water that plant or maintain it, or like I'm not good enough or whatever. Like imposter syndrome a little bit sometimes. And it's like, especially with girls also. When, like,
Girls.
something you feel like for some reason you feel like you're not good enough for them, right? And you know you're gonna fuck up somehow or some reason down the line, and you don't know when or what, and you're just like, you know what, fuck it, I'm just gonna ghost them and just throw them away, and it's like, now I know it's done. I'm not gonna get sad or annoyed by it when it happens or why or the scenario of it. If I throw them away now, and I prevent myself from having something good, then I can't break it.
Who are you protecting by doing that?
Ooh, good question, Dr. K.
I try to protect myself from disappointment.
What disappointment in what or who? Who are you? What kind of disappointment are you protecting yourself from?
Like my future self, if that makes sense. Like I think I would rather like be kind of upset I missed out on an opportunity or I threw somebody away, right? Than
threw someone
actually
away.
fail at one point and be like, oh man, I failed them and I failed myself, and it's like kind of harsh. Like sometimes it gets destructive a lot, and it's like, oh, well, I can avoid that because I'm not good enough, so fuck it. I'm just gonna go way ahead of the curve and just ghost them out. Yeah.
Shit.
I think I did that a lot, like a lot. To a point where like I had nothing to maintain. Like I just threw it all away. But I'm not saying it's a good thing. It was a good process. I'm just saying like that's kind of how I proceeded with things, right?
I mean, I think it's an important realization to recognize that you would rather sabotage
Post all pokes tweet and hit record
things yourself than disappoint yourself or other people.
Oh yeah.
I'm not hearing this from you, but I think it's probably true. I feel pretty confident that you're also trying to protect the other person.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, for sure. But I'm not going to be a purist and be like, oh yeah, I'm doing it because I'm so nice to them or whatever. It's partly because I know they'll be disappointed and I know how they're going to feel because you've seen it a lot.
How she feels.
Seen them be disappointed often, you know what's going to happen. You can almost predict it, right? So yes, I am going to protect them in a certain way. And often enough that
you're also doing something weird, which is that. So it's interesting, right? So I said you're trying to protect them too, and then you said, well, yeah, but I'm not going to like pretend to be a purist and like I'm just doing it for them.
Yeah. What do you mean?
So I mean, I think it's kind of interesting because I think you're actively pushing away like a good part of yourself. You kind of see what I'm saying? Like, I don't know if this makes sense, but
kind of.
So the first thing that you're really open to pointing out how you're almost selfish, but like you retreat away from being selfless in some way.
Hey, see if Adept watching.
Because when I ask you like, who are you, and maybe you just really are more focused about not disappointing yourself. But
she is.
I think it's kind of weird.
Yeah, it is. It's like that. Yeah, it's more about myself than them.
It's more about yourself.
Yeah, unfortunately, I don't like saying it. I mean, it's just how it is. It's true though. It's more about myself. Yeah, I do care a bit about them and about what's gonna be the fallout, I guess, with how they're gonna react or whatever. But that's not really the core focus. It's more like how I'm gonna feel if I fuck it up.
And how are you gonna feel if you fuck it up?
It'll get dark. Like it'll be like super upset, man. It's gonna be like cowardly at one point. But that's how I know that's how you progress, right? Through failure and then understanding what happened and whatever and all that, right? But at some point, I feel like you failed so often that it's almost like you're predicting it. So it's like you're predicting your own failure, and it's like self-fulfilling prophecy or something.
Put Adept L in the chat while
And I know it's a bad pattern, but I'm just saying that that's what I do.
How is it cowardly?
Because that's not how, I don't think that's how you improve as a person. It's not how you grow and get better by predicting you're going to fail and like making sure you fail but ahead of time. Otherwise, I would never even try. But sometimes it's about like the dream of it. Sometimes you kind of wish that you could have something of value, you know, and you kind of go for it anyway.
What makes that hard for you?
What makes that hard? Which part?
What makes it hard to try for something that's valuable? So you're kind of saying that, like, you know, the way you're supposed to learn is by giving it your all and, you know, learning from it. But it sounds like you're not really able to do that very easily. So why not? Why can't you do what you know you need to do?
If y'all saw how many tabs I had open.
I don't know.
Why can't you love Felix?
Because he just got burnt. What the fuck?
I don't know.
What do you mean, love?
I think in a lot of ways, like, I know for a fact that there's going to be stuff that, or like, I'll have goals or I'll hyper focus. And I know for a fact that even I could have the best thing I could have right now in front of me, and I could easily claim it by, let's say, if I had to put like 1 hour aside and I could have that for the rest of my life, and it's like the best thing in the world. I know for a fact that I won't do it. Right. At one point, I will fail, and it's like predictable almost, right?
Don't be speaking
that's
kind
of how it's been, you know. Like I know that I'll want to stream more and do this and do that, and I know that my goals and my thing, like the grind, will come in the middle of it, and I will give up on them and myself at that point. And it's like you still try for these things, but I'll do it as in like almost like a dream, if that makes sense. I don't want to be too cliche about it, like a dream. Think about all the possibilities. Like, oh, okay, cool. You kind of let yourself like drift away with that idea, and you kind of go for it half-ass, and you kind of almost start getting it, right? And you're like, sometimes I'll almost get mad that it's working, right? Sometimes I'll get mad that it's actively working and it's like developing, and I'm like, oh man, nah, I kind of wish I didn't start it because now I have to fucking throw it away, and that sucks. Isn't that so weird though? I feel like I'm I'm demonic or something. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I hope this is okay. I say this with love. That's fucked up.
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
I mean, what do you think?
Yeah, I think it's fucked up too. I think it's okay to the only thing that I'll be okay with is saying that like it's okay to want things, right? But sometimes I can't come to terms with like what that comes with and the commitment and what the whole package of it, right? And all I think is like I don't know, the
link
best
in
part
my new
of it
kitty video.
And I'll be like, I'll fall into the dream and then like, oh man.
How are you so sure you're gonna screw it up?
Where's your confidence?
Like I said earlier, I'm so messy. I'm so fucking. It's like the more I focus on not fucking up, increases my chance of fucking up. Like I said earlier with the phone thing.
Just live your life, man.
And it becomes where you have this kind of belief that you're not allowed to have good things. That's kind of how it was for me.
Tell me about that.
And I would lock myself out of having good things because I know I can't have them. I'm gonna fuck it up. So I'd rather do other things instead. But here and there, I'll fall into the rabbit hole of like
adopt.
So kind of wanting it or a part of it. And like I said earlier, like I'll be like, ooh, this is working. Fuck, I wish, you know, like it's crazy when it just kind of works. Like with some way back when, like I'd like talk to a girl or something, send her DM or whatever, and I'm talking because I'm like, you know, it'd be cool if she replied, right? And oh my god, and what if she was my girlfriend? That'd be so nice. And then she's so hot, and like, oh my god, she's kind of out of my league, and it's kind of crazy. And then she replies, and then at one point, like, it's what I want, right? In my head, I'm like, I really want her to reply, and she does. And I'm like, oh my god.
Is this the Fran story?
I'm like, oh god, I gotta throw it away, and then bang, you throw it away. And that's so dumb.
Yeah, but I mean, I think so. So Felix, when there's a part of us that is dumb, there's, I don't know how to say this.
Only
the
friends arc.
stupider it is, the more correct it is in a weird way.
That was
So
a
like
good one.
for you to learn that and believe that, you had to learn that lesson really, really hard. Like you had to learn it in a big way. So when did you, this idea that you're not allowed to have good stuff, where did you learn that?
Yeah, that's tough. Yeah, I don't know. That is really tough. I don't want to be like non-responsive, but I don't. It's not that I want to dodge the question.
I know.
I just feel like it's a lot of small things, big things, and it just kind of as you grow up, because yes, it becomes like a core belief,
Yeah.
right? And so it's not like a big event or big whatever, right?
So is there something insignificant that comes to mind from a long time ago?
Childhood, maybe.
Yeah. I mean, there's a billion stories of like stuff that I fucked up. Like, my brother we used to play Diablo, and we had the whole point of Diablo is to have good items, and then one time he kind of like let me use his account so I could like do duels or whatever. And I was like, oh
Hey,
my
you
God,
getting his brother
I feel like
banned?
I had that. I had
What?
this now. Even though it's not mine, I could kind of use it a little bit.
Power.
And then some guys like, yo, dude, I'll dupe your items. Like, I'll double it, you know?
Hey, I did that shit with Elden Ring.
And I'm like, ooh, Nick is gonna love this. I'm about to clutch up, and I give him all my items, and he just disconnects, you know. and then he comes home from school, and he's like, yo, dude, what happened? We got hacked. I'm like, oh my God, we got hacked. No, I knew that, and I never told him.
You know now.
To this day, he doesn't know about it.
Well, now he know.
His best character was just naked because of what I did. And just small stuff like that. I just feel like it doesn't matter like how easy I get it, how hard I work for something that I'll have, I will throw it away one way or another, unintentionally. And that belief becomes so strong that like, okay, I will do it intentionally now. Because I always say, yes, sometimes I'll build a tower, right? Like a success in one way or another, or I'll build something. It feels really good that when the tower falls, because I broke it, nobody else. And when that power is taken away from me, I become like a demon. Because nobody breaks my tower. I break my own. And it'll break, but it comes from my hand. And when that power is stripped away from me, it makes me like, that's when things get really bad. You know?
Really bad in what way?
Like it gets bad. I get like just in these mental cycles, like of powerlessness, right? Because I want to have the option. It's not that I want to destroy everything I built, right? I want to have the option of it. Does that make sense? I want to have the button that says, fuck this shit, I'm out. Right?
Yeah.
And break it down.
So
and that's kind of how I felt with like people and money. How I felt. Or like,
you know, I don't know if you had this experience, but when you're growing up and kids make fun of you, one of the things that kids will start to do is if people are bullying you and making fun of you, one of the things that you learn as a kid is you're going to make fun of yourself.
Yeah.
And then you start beating yourself up. And why is that? It's because you've got two choices. You can feel like crap and it be out of your control, or you can feel like shit and it can be in your control. And we'll pick one over the other all day long.
Yes.
I think the problem is that once you start beating yourself up for that control, as you start to grow older and you internalize it, the bullies on the playground will disappear at some point. You fucking carry yourself.
Yeah, I'm very visual. So I see what you're saying, right? And now I see like this kid in the playground, and all the other kids like vanished out of thin air, right? And the guy's he's still hitting himself, right? He's still doing it to himself. You know, everybody's gone at that point. And he's getting older now. He's still doing it, and people haven't been there for years, right? That's kind of how I see it.
Yeah. Is that? Yeah.
That's me. That is me. Yeah. Yeah. especially growing up like struggling with like confidence and whatever, right? That's kind of how it felt a lot. Is that I feel like I don't know, like I didn't dress properly, or I was ugly, I was kind of stupid. I don't know, I was short, or yeah, I grew up I was 1 year in advance in school, so everybody was like, when everybody was 18, I was 17, right? Um, like yeah, I mean sometimes I did get kind of like made fun of, which is fine. I don't think I don't think that was a big problem because I was like a class clown. It's kind of how I made up for it. So I made everybody laugh, and it was all good. Um, but yeah, I think.
But when
yeah.
you become the class clown, you also become a little bit invisible.
Oh yeah. Oh wow. That's why I'm actually surprised you're gonna. Well, I mean you're knowledgeable, so yeah, you know that. Yeah. Why do you say that? I'm interested now. I want to hear your take on it.
Well, because then they're not seeing you, right? They're seeing you perform. They're seeing a version of you.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
That's not really who you are.
Yeah.
Like everyone's going to pay attention to you as long as you're making them laugh. But if you say, "Hey, I'm hurting today,"
That's
what are
true.
they going to do?
That's true.
Yeah. Well, okay.
That's
Yeah,
such a
I came to the same
compliment.
conclusion, but in different words. When I tell people about this, I tell like I was a class clown, and everybody liked me, right? Nobody loved me.
Get your
I was
money
friends
up,
with
not your
everybody,
funny up.
but had no friends, right? And then I said hello to somebody, anybody out of like the hundreds of people that in my level, they'll say hello back and they'd chill out and do something. But I wouldn't get invited to parties. I wouldn't go back to anybody after school. And then that kind of like, I never understood why that was the case, and I think I'm starting to get it now.
Is that
I
true
think that
for
makes
you
sense.
today?
Yeah, I think it might be.
And why is
Um,
that?
um, I don't know. I guess I performed so much that I guess I'm like a natural performer. I guess that it's always on, you know.
I think that's a
And
part of it.
That's part of the problem,
But I
yo.
think there's
Yeah.
something else going on,
What
which
is
is
it?
that the moment that someone doesn't treat you that way, you sabotage the relationship.
Okay, yeah. That's insightful.
Right? So now it's kind of tricky because here you are. Here's a part of your mind that's saying this always happens. And the very people that will be able to disprove it, you fucking kick them to the curb.
Okay, yeah, absolutely, 100%.
And so then that part of your mind is going to be, see, it always happens.
When Dr.
Okay.
K
Oh
got a
my
point.
God, every time I step outside, I get wet. My luck is so bad. Oh shit, it's raining. Let me run outside. Oh, no rain today? I'm going to stay inside.
Yeah.
Every time I go outside, I get wet.
Yeah, I guess the reason why yeah, that's like how it is. And I guess one reason why it got so bad, I guess, is that not only does this make sense, but the one time where it kind of does happen, the one time where you know it's not raining, and then it starts raining, you're like, at that point, it doesn't even matter what I do; it's gonna happen regardless.
Is that Fran?
And I think that happened recently, where like I think that kind of development in a certain way. I'm not gonna speak in code, but like
Say her
with my
name.
personal relationship, I think coincidentally or not, I was like, it always rains, right? And I go in the rain all the time, and that one time, I think it just started raining. I was like, okay, I'm not gonna sabotage it this time. I'm gonna go outside and, hey, look, guys, it's not raining outside, so I'm not gonna get wet. And it just starts, and it's like I fucking knew it, and then everything starts like, and I think then you start having like massive like I don't know, that becomes a strong idea to break away from. I think so now it's like super built, you know.
Yeah, no.
Now it's like proven in every way.
Yep. Yeah, I think one of the worst
DJ.
things that can happen for you is that if you believe something about life and life teaches you that you're right, hardest thing to kick.
Shout out to Fran.
Yeah.
And at the same time, Felix, I do think that there are little things that, so I'm not hopeless for you. I think you've got
Oh yeah.
a lot of stuff working for you. I think the most important thing is that it seems like you're pretty honest with yourself.
Fucking Michael Myers.
So
420.
what I'm getting a sense of is not that you deny things, but that once you come to a conclusion, kind of like you were saying with the sponsorships, like you're going to do it your way, and you're also going to think your way, and you're going to live life your way. And so the problem here is one of rigidity.
Thank you, Jack.
The problem is that you're a smart guy who has learned somewhere along the way that the rest, the way that the other people live their lives doesn't apply to you.
Right.
You get that?
They're normies.
You probably learned that really early on.
Oh yeah, 100%. Yeah.
Right.
Like a best example is Ludwig. I love Ludwig. I mean, but he does things in a way I could never do, and I know that.
Thanks for the sub.
He processes things and how he sees content, how he does it.
2 months.
Right? I almost make fun of him sometimes because it's so foreign to me. Right. It's exactly the opposite of how I do things. Right. So that's gonna it's an example jumped at me.
Yeah, so I think the challenge is that you learned early on, like, you know, so even when it comes to making friends, right? So like early on, you're a year younger. I was too, by the way. And so it's hard being you were talking about 17, 18. I'm talking about 5 and 6.
Oh,
right? When you go to like physical education or gym class or whatever, and you're like a 5-year-old competing against 6-year-olds, you're going to get crushed.
Oh, yeah.
Some of them are even 7.
Facts.
And then like they hit puberty and like you don't.
Yeah, I was a squeaker.
What does that mean?
A squeaker, man. The voice is squeaking. It's like,
right?
You know? Yeah.
Demonstration.
And so then you learn to take control by making fun of yourself, by making fun of other kids, right? If you can make them laugh, like you start to become invisible.
Yeah.
You start to lose a little bit of faith in yourself, but also you get this like really strong kind of faith in yourself. There's this core of iron at the bottom.
This is definitely a Twitch
stream. You learn to believe
stream.
in yourself and trust in yourself, and you learn that like you can't count on anyone else.
I need a motivational
What everyone
music.
else tells you will work in life doesn't work.
Yeah.
You become fiercely independent. It's the only way for you to survive.
Okay, yeah, I relate to that a lot. Yeah. I also kind of built a strong sense of like my strong confidence in my ability to perform. Because if you have to perform or survive, then you're always doing it. At one point, it becomes like second nature, you know? Because like always like running in the background, which is good and bad, right? Because then you're always invisible. But,
right?
Yeah.
And then
So
when someone sees you, oh, hey, this girl DM'd me. I told her that life was hard, and she didn't know who I am, and she offered to split the bill. She doesn't know how much money I make. Holy shit, she's not with me for my money.
Yeah.
Time to fucking block her.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. True. Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah. It's a bad pattern for sure. I think I've understood a part of that. I think in recent times, very recent times, I think I've had a small amount, but very significant experiences where it didn't rain, right? And it didn't get wet.
Never.
And I was like, wow, what is that like? And then I'll interact with those people, right? And I'll be like, why aren't you watering it? Like, why isn't it raining? Right? And they don't know they think I'm crazy or something, right? But I'm like,
schizo. That's the word.
It's kind of
right?
weird. I'll tell them like, man, you're kind of interacting. You're talking to me like a human. It's kind of weird, right? I'm trying to get past this point where like I don't have to notice on the fly and kind of make them hear about it. But I've had a good amount recently that's like, shit. Yeah, it doesn't rain, and it felt really good. It's why I'm saying direction is up. Is that even though it's only 2 or 3 instances, like it's really refreshing. And I think I took like a day off for like the first time in a long time, and I kind of had that, and I was like, maybe there's like hope there. Sometimes all it takes is just one instance of the opposite to have like some sort of track record that can get better.
Y'all think he can get better?
Look at you being hopeful.
Hope
it's
is
good.
not a strategy.
No, it's good. I don't like to be like self-loathing. Oh, guys, I give up on everything. Right? I did that with a couple things, but when there's a good thing that comes up, I'll catch it. You know, I still have my hands like this, right? And I'm waiting for the ball, right? And it hasn't been the ball in a long time, but now there's one. I'll catch it.
Is it okay for you to be pitied?
No.
No.
Nope.
I don't
Why?
want to be pitied.
What about people having
Because-
compassion for you?
I got compassion
Perhaps.
for his ass. You know I
Perhaps.
do.
All my problems are self-inflicted. All of them. There's not one that isn't. That's the truthful statement. Like I said earlier, like if you play with fire, you will get burned and you might fall in it. Well,
He
like,
fucking fell
I
in it.
can't fall in the fire and say like, where was it?
You go
I was playing with it
swimming
the whole time, right? And a lot of the loneliness and the things that
Felix,
what?
sorry. Is it okay if I interrupt you sometimes?
Yeah, do that. It's
Okay.
funny. I like it.
So if you were to blame for all of your problems, who has control over your life?
If you go swimming without a life jacket.
I don't know. I don't know. Where was that going?
I knew it.
If you're
who
always
has
to
it?
blame, who's got the power? You do.
Me. Yeah, me. Yeah.
So here's the weird thing. Remember how we talked about the whole like I'm going
Why
to make
you're
fun
not
of
like
myself
this?
or I'm going
Why?
to sabotage this relationship because I don't want to lose control over it?
Yeah.
You're taking control all the time. Control, control, control. Fucking, I don't care about the fucking money. You guys want the money? I'll fucking burn it. I'll
Yeah.
teach you to look past me, bitch.
Yeah, Dr. K.
Yeah. Yeah. I've done that.
Right?
Yeah.
R.I.P. Show enough.
Yeah. You're right. I do have the power and the control to do these
This
things.
is the crazy thing is you this is the weird thing. You don't. It's the way that you view the world. But I hate to break this to you, Felix, but you can't control anything except for yourself. Like literally.
You're right.
It's the way you see the world, and I don't blame you for seeing the world that way. Because it's a way that lets us fix the unfixable. Because when I can't control other human beings and they hurt me, that means I'm fucked. How do I win this match? I can't win the match because someone else has power and I
Exactly.
don't. It's a scary way to go through life.
Family court, bruh. Dr. K ain't
But
experienced
then the
it yet.
problem is that when you think you have all the control,
No, I've never
all
seen
kinds
him
of
stream.
weird shit starts to happen. The first is that you do this weird kind of stuff in relationships where the moment that some person exerts independence or whatever, you're like, this is weird.
Fuck, man.
I don't like it. I'm losing control of the relationship. And somewhere along the way, you lost faith in yourself, which is weird because you almost have this paradoxical, unrelenting faith in yourself.
Adept watching
I could
this.
fucking cancel you on every single platform and you'd be fine with it because you'll find some other, you'll fucking build your own platform. You'll start streaming. You thrive in the chaos. It's not the challenges that hold you back.
She like, see?
It's
I
the
told y'all.
wins. It's the lucky breaks. That's when
Yeah.
you're like, what the fuck? It's sunny today? Where's the rain?
Yeah.
And now you're confused. And
Yeah,
so
I'm
what
confused.
do? Make a weather altering machine, go find some shaman and they do a rain dance and you're like, ah, that's right.
Yeah. I knew
Create
it.
the chaos. Now I understand.
Okay.
Can I tell you a story?
Sure,
yeah. Of
Dr.
course, I
K.
like stories.
I once had a patient who had been traumatized and was convinced that everyone in their life abandons them.
Yeah.
Finds a loving, so this is what's weird. So when you've been in abusive relationships, you tend to gravitate towards abusive relationships. And everyone else is like, what the fuck? Like, why don't you just leave? Why don't you date someone who's not a toxic shitter? And then the person doesn't understand, right? And it's not their fault. So, because here's what happens. They date two people. One person is like, yeah, you suck. And they're like, okay, I know this game. I've played this game. I know what the rules are. I can survive it. And then someone else comes along and they're like, you're awesome. And now they get confused. They're like, what do you mean I'm awesome? Because people have told them that before and they start out being awesome and then they end up being abusive.
Like a simp. Telling the
And so
girl
then
they
what
pretty.
happens, what really starts to happen, what's really sad about this is at some point they find someone who has faith in them as a human being, doesn't see them as invisible, doesn't just date them for their body or their money or whatever. And then they get even more confused because they don't even know what love feels like. They don't know what unconditional acceptance feels like. So then they start being like, what are you doing? Where's the other shoe? Like, what are you not telling me? You're going to leave me, right? You're going to leave me, right? You're going to leave me, right? You went out with your friends for a week. Did you cheat on me? I'm sure you cheated on me. Of course you cheated on me. And then the person's like, no, I'm not going to leave you. I'm not going to leave you. I'm not going to leave you. And the other person's like, you're going to leave me. You're going to leave me. And what do they end up doing? They fucking drive him away. Like, I can't deal with this shit. I'm gone. See, I knew it.
Yeah, exactly.
I was right all along. You were bullshitting me, and you were really good at it. You bullshitted me for 4 years.
Yeah, that's bad enough. I feel like there's even a worse example. We could, instead of driving them away, you drive away. You're like, I knew it. You're the one who went away.
So that's what happens, right? So I drive them away for a while, and then I decide, you know what? It hurts too much to be loved by someone and have that person abandon me. So now what I'm going to do is anytime there's an instance of genuine love or affection, I know where this ends. I don't want to put myself through it. Because having someone treat you like shit and then abandon you, I can manage that. Someone loving you and abandoning you hurts way more.
Yeah, okay, true, yeah.
Ooh.
So Felix,
I agree
it's
with him
the
on
good
that.
stuff that hurts in life.
But
yeah.
And like, you know, I see this with parents because like, you don't really know, like I didn't really know what fear was until I had kids.
goddamn, you got kids.
Like fear is like a whole different, it's like different. It's just different. Like once you really love something and you're responsible for something in this world, you know a level of fear that's like absolutely terrifying. And I think what I'm hearing from you is that you've been burned so much. Yeah, you're fucking stepping around the fire, but you've gotten burnt here or there. Now you're starting to develop scar tissue.
He getting his back.
And then some bad shit happens, and you know some of it's your fault and some of it isn't. And I think that like I mean, it sounds like for a lot of reasons you can be very hard in relationships. Like I'm not talking about just romantic relationships. You're kind of saying you don't water your plants and
This is not his fault right here.
And I don't know. I mean, so I feel really confident because I think that you do control a lot. I don't think you control as much as you think you control. I think it's helpful for you to believe that you're omnipotent.
Omnipotent? I kind of know what that means, but not really.
All powerful.
All powerful. Yeah, like
okay.
God
right?
complex.
Like the world is your oyster.
Yeah.
And at the same time, like I think there's weird stuff. It's really hard to be in a relationship with someone who believes they're omnipotent. I'm not talking about like narcissism. I mean that like
that'd be a great thing for him to explore.
When everything is under your control, you stop holding other people responsible. You actually let them do things like walk over you. Ooh. That person who you talked about with the will, that person has signaled to you that they care more about your money 1,000 different ways before that
Get your
moment.
money up, not your funny up.
But you let it ride because it's, like if this person is like not treating me the way that I need to be treated, it's my fault. I need to change the way that I interact with them. You know, when you get bullied at school and you start becoming the class clown, you don't blame the bullies. You learn how to blame yourself because it's a survival mechanism. You blame the bullies, all that's going to happen, you're going to get fucking bullied more. But if you put the pressure on yourself, I need to be funnier. I can control this if I'm funny enough.
He cooking. Dr. K cooking.
It gives you power.
Yeah. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense, actually, yeah. And what's the solution to that? To getting out of that kind of...
So a couple of things. The first is... So I'm going to... Give me a second, okay? I'm going to write this out.
No, I've never seen a Dr. K stream prior to this, guys. This is my first stream.
The child thing you were talking about, I feel like I feel that with my brother. You know, we're not that close these days, right? I can be hurt and
you know, she calls herself mother.
Get hurt by a bunch of people and hurt myself a bunch of times. It doesn't really feel scary or anything. But whenever he gets harmed or something like that, then I go into like a different mode, like change gears almost, you know. And I think he feels the same way about me, and like brotherhood.
Okay, give me just a second. That's useful to know. Thank you for sharing that.
So when you say you feel like a child, and I see her calling herself mommy, oh my God, it just like, bruh. XQCL in the chat, though. We still riding for him. Yes, there was a SA case that came up in the police information I received.
Okay. How do you fix that? Let's understand. For everybody who's in a situation kind of like this, the first thing that you've got to do, and you're spot on, so it's interesting. There's like old yogic texts that describe how you kind of said it wasn't one moment, it's 1,000 tiny things. But those things are significant. So the first thing that you can do is tell those stories. So this is sometimes the work of psychotherapy, but there's a lot of emotional processing that also happens in places like Alcoholics Anonymous. Like we see this a lot with like addiction, right? Where people will go and they'll like share their story and stuff like that. You can do it with friends. Like you can, you know, you got to like articulate all the times that you knew that you could not be trusted to not break something. Because I want you to really think about, what does that do to someone's life when they believe that they cannot be trusted to protect something? Like everything precious in their life gets sabotaged or discarded. And the more precious it is, the more you have to run away from it. Because you can't trust yourself not to break it. So if you tell those stories, it's weird, but you will change. That'll fix a lot of it. Second thing is be really intentional in kind of this rain or shine sort of thing, okay? So like the problem is that right now you've got a lot of reflexes about the way that you respond to your feelings and the way that you interpret what happens in your life. Right? So you have like, you feel a certain way, like, oh, I feel really happy. This is really good. And that feeling connects to a reflexive behavior. I got to ghost him.
Yeah.
So that needs to be caught in the moment and be like, okay, what am I feeling? What do I feel like doing? How does it feel to do that? What you're doing is when someone starts to like you, Felix, and you like them back, you're losing control. You can't have that.
No, you can't have that.
Right? And when you ghost them, what are you getting back?
Control.
Absolutely. One is awesome, right? Oh my God, she's kind of into me, but it's fucking scary, man.
Guess what, guys?
Yeah. If you build a tower too thin and then when it starts wobbling and it'll fall, I better just
right.
topple it.
If you never have a
You're
girlfriend,
taking control.
you're always in
Feels good
control.
sometimes.
Yes, right? Because you're scared.
Yeah.
So being able to conquer that fear when you're ready, being able to be hurt again, which I don't blame you. Like I don't blame you for any of this. This is normal. You're just, you know.
Shit, I'm not ready to be hurt again. I'm fucking, bro. I'm like,
He's
I'm
broken.
be honest, I'm shut down.
Yeah,
right
that's
now,
fine.
it's like,
That's fine.
I'm becoming radicalized. Okay.
Red pill.
I'm red pill. I'm paid.
I knew it.
Okay.
I knew it.
I mean,
I told
even
you.
all of those things are okay. Right? So it can.
All you take is one fucking moment, and next thing you know, you red pill.
Y'all didn't get hacked.
I never told him. He's probably gonna watch this one day and be like, "Oh man," because he's 20. I think he's 30 now. I haven't told him yet.
Yeah. So there's all kinds of relationships where you're going to feel these reflexes of pulling away. So catch him in the moment, and that's where there's like some amount of, almost techniques that you can use if you really want to, but I don't know if that's your jam. But like the key thing to remember is that anything you feel in that moment, that fear or that loss of control, do you understand that feelings are temporary?
Yes.
And so you can deal with that loss of control by engaging in a behavior and ghosting the person, or you can just do nothing. And what will happen to the feeling of loss of control?
Don't know.
Exactly. So you need to learn this. So this is
Yeah,
where
I don't have an
I
answer.
swear to God, it will disappear. It will go away on its own. And that's just because that's how human beings work. So I know it's kind of confusing, but like every emotion or thought, so your mind is never permanent. Do you get that? Your mind is always changing. New thoughts, new emotions. Emotions come, emotions go. They can get triggered by things, but all emotions and thoughts in the mind are fluctuations, and then they return to baseline. If emotions would be permanent and you had the perfect wedding, you'd be happy for the rest of your life. That's not how it works.
It's the hedonic treadmill thing, right?
Right. So this is the key thing. The reverse of the hedonic treadmill is that, sure, if you keep on chasing stuff, you keep on chasing to get, and that's why you need to chase new stuff to get that old high. But the reverse of the hedonic treadmill is also true.
Dip,
And
dip
this is-
low, stabilize, dip low, stabilize, and type of thing.
Yeah, so this is kind of like the degenerate gamer solution to life, which is that you don't actually need to climb and all your problems will get fixed. You just fucking sit your ass down and your problems will literally disappear.
They do disappear, yeah.
So all emotions that you have, any amount of hurt that you feel, will actually disappear over time. It can get re-triggered. So for you to not engage in those self-sabotaging behaviors, it's just going to be scary for you, but it's an internal battle that you have to fight. It's one of the few things that you do control. The last thing, and this is going to be hard,
Okay.
is you got to try surrendering.
Surrender control.
Yep.
Oh, just letting the dogs loose and just see where they go.
Yeah, you're not ready for this yet, I think. But
Yeah,
if
I
you
don't
really want to know what's truly liberating, because this is the thing, right? Even if you think about that broken cell phone.
You know
What's
what? Wait, hold up. Wait, I sorry to interrupt you. You know what? I just thought about it.
What?
I think I tried what you just did, and since I told you I'm very self-destructive overall, and it's one of my techniques of moving on and doing stuff. I tried. I genuinely did. This whole full let go, right, and see what happens. And it's just really unlucky. It's unfortunate. I got burned back to back, and it's just really unlucky though. And I recognize that. I recognize that it was not like foreseeable or anything.
So surrendering is also trickier than sometimes we think it is. It's not. It's sort of letting go, but like a lot of what we have to let go. I don't know exactly what happened in that situation. I'll trust you in that it was unlucky, but I think that you got to work on a couple of other things and then surrender. And this is the beautiful thing. If you sort of think about it, right? When we have that cracked cell phone, that's the principle of surrender. Here you are trying to control everything. Oh my God, I can't crack it. I can't crack it. I can't crack it. You're trying to control it. And it's so stressful. Oh my God. And then it gets cracked anyway. And you fucker, you're controlling everything all the time. You'll crack your cell phone, but for the rest of your life, you've got to be in control. And look at what you're doing. And then you discovered, hey, if it gets cracked, I'm free. Let it be cracked again. If I drop it, it's dropped. So be it. That's surrender. You actually figured it out, and it's liberating. That I can use the cell phone, I can stick it in my pocket, I can eat with it, and one day it could be cracked. So be it. I'm going to do my best, but I can't protect the cell phone forever. And once you can live to,
It's interesting that I'm like an elite at understanding that system and how it works in some areas. I can't apply it in other areas.
Yeah.
The one doesn't go to the other. I just don't do it.
Right. And
I don't know why.
That's because your degree of attachment to the two areas is different.
Okay.
Right. So how much you care about it is different. You don't care about a cell phone. Sure, you stress about it a little bit. You don't care. But when it comes to like falling in love and being seen and no longer being invisible, right? Then you care. And once you start to care, things get scary, Felix.
Rav, you just don't care, man.
Yeah. I see that.
Life is easier.
Right? You can burn the money because it ain't about the money.
Yeah. I get it now. That actually makes a lot of sense. Yeah. You kind of made that. You kind of materialized it now because I didn't get that. About the degree of care for these things. Yeah.
Yeah. And you've learned an antidote to that too, which is you teach yourself how to stop caring. Right? You build all these walls,
just stop fucking
which
caring.
is like a good temporary measure.
Temporary, yeah. Just so it doesn't happen again like too soon, and it's like
yeah. So there's like a difference between like surviving today and like living for a happy tomorrow. And right now I get the sense that you're in survival mode. So whatever. So start to do these things. Then I think, if you're diligent with this in a couple years, you'll be living a different life. The day-to-day may look the same, but the way that you're going to feel and hear is going to be different. My hope for you is that you'll have a couple of like meaningful relationships, romantic or whatever. I mean, that I don't know, but where people can see you for who you are.
Never.
And then you can also have conversations with them about, hey, I'm not great at like watering plants. And this is something I'm actively working on, like as a human being. And I really appreciate your patience. And I'm going to try to do better. And then there's going to be like small parts of that, which is on a day-to-day basis. Like you're going to get all these Discord messages, and there's a part of you that knows that you should message your friend, but you don't because there's like too much important shit to do. And then you have to deviate something. And instead of doing something important, you're going to message your friend. And then your friend becomes important. And then you're watering that plant. And it'll change. Like, you can change. In the sense, I think you've got all the right pieces already. They just need to be, like, moved around a little bit.
Yeah, just a little bit.
A little bit. You need to get this court case off his ass.
I think in a lot of ways.
That's the big one.
Sometimes I kind of like interacted deliberately almost, or at least knowingly, with like fire, and be like, "Wow, I can't believe this is hot. That is crazy." And I know it's a fire to begin with, right? And if I just am just better at just choosing a little bit better and giving it maybe more chances, and taking less like deliberate risks, maybe I have 1 or 2 results. It goes a long way sometimes. I realize that now. It doesn't take much for things to flip. It doesn't. Sometimes just one is good enough.
Once this court case over,
it's kind of hard to believe it when
game over.
You're so stuck on one idea, you know?
Yeah.
Like dissonance.
Yeah. And I think you've shared with us that you're good at looking back and finding the bright points. And I think you were just in such a dark headspace where the bright points weren't visible or genuinely weren't there because you kind of got, fucked, bro.
Yeah.
Getting fucked. Not kind of. Getting.
Yeah. I think processing all these things is sometimes difficult because you always have the reminder like, oh, I mean, I could have also done better. I could have done better. And it's like, it sucks a little bit in hindsight that you could have done better, right? And things kind of got bad regardless. I don't know. It's just something that annoys me about it, right?
It was always going to be like this.
Yeah, it sucks.
Yeah, there's some weird stuff, Felix, which I don't think we're ready for, but I don't think you could have done better.
See, I went Dr. K.
I know it's weird.
It was going to happen like this regardless.
I think that one of the lessons I've learned in life is that like there's even the neuroscience and stuff. There's this part of our brain that does something called counterfactual thinking, which goes back and replays things in the past in a non-factual way. So these are the facts of what happened, and then your mind replays things in a hypothetical. And that's one way that we learn from our mistakes. If we didn't have that capacity, we wouldn't be able to like hypothesize why we lost a particular game, right?
Yeah, I feel like I'm stuck in that world almost like all the time, like all day.
Yeah, the crazy thing is that even though the mind does that, it is literally impossible to do better than you did back then.
Yeah.
Right? Because you only knew what you did. You can only do the best that you could have done.
You're right.
And so like then the question becomes, what do you truly control? You only control the present. So don't think about how you could have done better because you couldn't have done better. But the next time that you want to retreat from a relationship, that's your test.
Okay. Yeah, that's insightful.
Okay, Dr. K.
Other questions?
No, that was really good.
Ask him, are you a narcissist?
Sense, yeah. I think a lot of like the other topics or other things, they kind of like fall into the same boxes. Because I think that was like an umbrella solution for like a pattern of behavior. And the other thing doesn't matter what the specifics or the semantics are. I think that kind of englobes it. I think that's a lot. Yeah, I was gonna talk about like just overall kind of like moving on from stuff, sometimes kind of, but I think that also what we said kind of helps also having like new things and seeing it differently. And I think that plays the same role. Yeah. Unless I'm wrong about it.
No, I think you're right. So I think that there was a theme for today that I was hearing. And I think the theme is actually the way that you go through life. That's why it all relates, right? This is you.
Yeah.
And I have no doubt that if you engage in future conversations with people in a meaningful or intentional way, you'll discover other things. But one thing I have to tell you, unfortunately, is that the insight is not sufficient. It's necessary, but the next part is like doing the work.
Yeah. Yeah, which is what a lot of times I've like turned back on, right? It's just easier to say, it was over anyway, or it was too hard, or find an excuse. You look everywhere, you're gonna find one, right? And then you turn back.
You got to catch that thought.
Yeah.
So tomorrow.
Yeah, go ahead. Oh,
yeah.
I was just gonna say, in snowboarding. Something that we do a lot, or maybe just me, I did. When you go to the big jumps that are massive, once you're committed, right? And a lot of times I was too afraid to take them because they're so big, like the big jumps, And then I would just send it forward towards it, right? And then at one point, I almost forced myself. I was like, I'm going a straight line, right? And I started going on the up ramp, right? I'm like, well, I can't turn back now, right? But I put myself in that position, right, where I can't turn back anymore. Sometimes, if I have the option of turning back, I will turn back, right? And the way that I process that, and I think I do better, is when I kind of lock myself into it and be engaged. I think that builds a better pattern of doing better.
So this is what's hard, is that I'm with you. So I think it's the same thing about creating chaos and kind of thriving in chaos. Because once the cat is out of the bag, it's time for XQC to step into the arena, and you can trust yourself to come out on top. I'm with you. Yeah. The reason this is hard is because you're never committed. The reason this is hard is because on a daily basis, you have a chance to turn around. And that's why you haven't figured it out. Because thus far, you've required commitment to see things through. You're actually not in control. You put yourself in a situation where you lose control.
Oh my God. Yeah, that makes sense, actually.
Is Dr. K saying that if you get a girlfriend, you lose control?
Because this is the opposite of snowboarding.
Yeah.
There's no critical point.
Yeah, that's right. Okay, that's a good takeaway. Yeah, that was all good. Yeah. By the way, I didn't want to come here with like this super like sad boy vibes. I just didn't sleep that much.
You don't say.
Yeah, I'm just saying. I didn't want to seem like I was like just coming here and being all like, yeah. It's just I got woken up at like 7 a.m. So. But yeah, I didn't want to seem like I was disinterested in what you're saying. If you've ever felt that today or anything, I was very engaged in. But yeah.
I didn't get that vibe from you, and I'm also happy to have whoever shows up today. If you're tired, if you're disengaged, like that's okay.
Yeah, shout out to Dr. K.
Yeah, I think I thought there was gonna be some like voodoo solution to a lot of these things and processes or whatever they're gonna come up with, and some like there was this Indian book in 1994, and it said to do this and that, right? And I thought you were gonna pull some shit like that, but it was actually quite simple. And sometimes that's kind of the best solutions are the simple ones.
Voodoo solution.
Yeah. Well, I hope I wasn't too short today, or whatever.
No, man, this is perfect.
Perfect timing, guys. Perfect timing. I just got to pee, and then we can start cooking this shit.
I think we should do a check-in soon. See what happens.
Okay.
A follow-up stream, if you will.
Do a check-in soon or not?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know exactly what you're asking, but I mean,
a check-in like just, in a couple maybe weeks or a couple months, whatever.
Let's wait till the case is over.
If I achieve any sort of progress in those directions, I'll give you a heads up. Or
okay, sure.
Or default or default, or it got bad.
Sure,
it got way worse, right? And it rains inside as well, like it starts raining everywhere.
You pulled a wall down and the roof fell over, and now it's raining on the inside of your house. Yeah, I hear that.
Exactly. Yeah. I don't think I'm not there at all though. Like I'm not.
Yeah, paper's coming.
I'm not like the giving up type.
Papers is
sometimes
coming.
Like I'll kind of like play it off like I am giving up. I mean, sometimes I like the attention, but it's not like that. Like
yeah. Yeah. So let's sort out follow-ups later. But I think for now, thanks for coming on. And
I couldn't have hacked something better.
This was helpful to you. And I think, by the way, a lot of what you're struggling with, I think, is very common. I mean, that's why I have the insight that I do, because I've lived half of it myself. I was a year younger. I was a class clown.
Adept supporter in the chat.
Learned how to be self-reliant, and then like had to go to India to learn how to surrender. And it's like hard to learn. It runs against. I mean, you've built your whole life to avoid surrender.
Yeah.
Fuck surrendering, dog.
It's okay.
Yeah.
I didn't work as hard to surrender.
Friend. Thank you for everything. That's okay. Yeah. I'll talk to you. Yeah. Thanks for everything. I'll talk to you soon.
Okay. Take care, buddy.
I hope everything was good. Well, by the way, did you have a good time at Streamies and whatever, or what?
Yes and no. I don't think it's my.
It's not my cup of tea either.
Yeah.
Not the Intel arc. Bruh.
So I was very happy to be nominated, obviously. I think it was like, it's like a bucket list kind of thing that I went to like an LA fancy thing.
Just have your name somewhere out there, as in on your own stream. Sometimes it kind of
I mean, that's good. I feel honored. But I also think it's cool to like, I went to like an
Jack.
LA fancy party.
Blocked her.
Oh, okay, fair enough.
You know, that's the first time in my life that I've done that.
Okay.
So I thought that was really cool. But I really didn't. I'm not going to go too much into it, but I think it's a world that I'm not.
I'm not familiar with it either. I think it's a little like, it's a lot of fronts and it's a lot of fluff that personally I don't enjoy. Right? I go for the after parties. Okay, I go to get fucked up. That's okay. Otherwise I wouldn't go. But yeah, I enjoyed seeing you there though. It was fun.
Yeah, likewise. Take care, man.
Hey, y'all tripping.
All right.
Is
Questions.
X streaming? Is XQC a narcissist?
Y'all got that?
Shit.
So, couple of things to remember. The first is that sometimes it takes a little while to get to where we need to go.
I can't even
Number
chat.
one. And I want y'all to be patient with yourselves too.
Okay.
Right? It's like,
Hold
oh,
on,
like
let me
I
see
came
if,
in, I'm tired today, I'm this today. Like, you know, like just give it some time. Give yourself some time. I think
the
also
hell?
Felix gave us a fantastic exploration of self-sabotage and why we do it. And it's kind of like he said at the very beginning, you know, addictions, we think of addictions as problems, but they're actually solutions. Self-sabotage is a solution.
I'm gonna just be honest with you. You guys all fucking lie, dude. This chat just fucking lies all the time, dude.
What do you
Just
mean,
lie.
X? We would never lie to
Yeah,
you,
30
X.
FPS.
Let's see what the chat's saying
See,
right
this is
now.
much better. Wait, it's still pretty fun.
This is XQC chat. God damn, it's going crazy. Jesus. Get some rest, man. God damn. Shit. Trying to stream here, man. You got my audience and they're watching you. They supposed to be watching me. Shit.
I don't want to do tech. Guys, I'm not gonna do tech on a fucking stream that I'm not. Oh, now it's laggy. Oh my god, now it's just laggy. Chat. By the way, I went out. Chase, you see the sun in my face a little bit?
Can we ask him about his BIM red
Okay, I'll
pill?
put it at high FPS.
What is this? Exhaustion? Is this exhaustion talking? Oh my goodness. Oh, I like the
so
chevrons.
It's so bad.
You know she about to
It's
stream.
too fast.
She's not gonna stream until I'm finished because I'm about to
Yeah,
bake
with
her
sunburn doing
ass. Give me a second,
Look.
guys. XQC,
I went outside. It's like red.
can you hold down the stream for me, X? While I
Little
go
color.
piss.
Nice though.
Yeah? Okay. All right. I'll be right back, X. You host.
Oh my god,
back.
I wasn't flexing. Okay, dude. This chat being so fucking stupid.
He was flexing.
Oh my
All
god.
right. It's a couple things I got to do. Got to call my daughter, and I got to piss. I'll be right back.
Okay. Hold up. Let me put chat up on the screen. Hold up. Because I saw chat a second ago, but I just don't see where it's at. There it is. I'll put it way above the camera. Sorry, chat. Guys, I've had to do stuff here. Guys, a lot of stuff that I haven't done in years that are kind of stacking up. I did all of it. I know it sounds like it's like nothing to you guys, and you might not even know what I'm talking about. I've had like meetings and stuff and like adult bullshit I've had to deal with or I've had to do for years, and I just kind of got it all done in one go. I had to meet like executives from like big companies and shit, and whatever, do dinners or whatever, and then the streamers was nice. I had to take an actual day off, but after that, I'm probably gonna stream probably IRL tomorrow if I can. So I gotta do some shopping anyway. I'm trying to line up IRL for tomorrow. Okay, I'm trying my best. Okay, I promise on everything, guys. I'm trying my best. Okay, not enough page. After that, I'm busy on the first.
Busy on the
Then
first.
I fly home and I'll stream directly for like 5 days, and then I go to fucking London. Okay, I'm not kidding.
Good. Get the fuck out of the States.
I'm doing a Sidemen charity match thing. Okay, 3-head in it. That it's gonna be a blast in it. Hopefully it is. I'm going it.
Good luck, man.
He's coming right now. I think he's got a show here or some shit. I don't know. And yeah, I've been kind of just taking a day at a time. But
filling up nicely.
yeah, I meant it like, chat. It's crazy that I kind of lined up this like Dr. K thing, right? Because things were kind of weird, right? But things are picking up.
Good. We like this,
and I'm really happy about it. And I think it'll play a big role like going forward. I think I haven't done it in like years, and I think it plays a big role moving forward like entirely. And I think it'll kind of make sense. Aaron in London, that's right. And I can feel myself kind of being creative again a little bit, and hopefully it's good again. Guys, I just feel like I've been failing, like letting everybody down with like just because it's just been like less creative, you know. And how was the streamies? The event is something. I don't know about the event straight up.
Hey, baby.
I think it's shit, dude. If I speak, chat, no more domination. If I speak, guys, guys. If I speak, big problem. I mean, yeah, I did get fucked up, but yeah, bro. The problem is that I didn't look at the time, and the event started at like 6 p.m. Okay, and I didn't know it was 6 p.m. because I was taking check of time. So I got over there, and I started pre-drinking and some shit inside at like 6. Yo, after the party starts way later, I'm already fucked up, dude. Like, bro, I was falling asleep, man. Yeah, I don't want to be so pressed about like the whole H3 thing. I saw him and I was like, bro. I was like, I know like some beefs, like you probably take them like past the screen, but I'm not like that. Like I can't do it. I think it's so, like I like content and whatever, and I'll have beef with people, but like at the end of the day, it's all like it's all virtual content, and you're not like a pussy for not like fucking fighting people in real life.
Exactly,
like,
yo.
These are all internet problems, all of them. They're internet debates, internet problems. They're all internet shit. I know people think that like I'm gonna go fight him in real life because of an internet problem. It makes no sense to me.
I mean, to be fair,
I don't do it.
Ethan's wife will probably be
that
XQC.
I do it. I don't do it. I don't take problems off the screen. People want to call me a pussy or like two-faced for that. That's fair enough. I don't give a fuck. I guess that's what it comes with for not being fucking. I just don't fight people, man. I think that at the end of the day, it creates value for everybody, and I don't give a fuck. And they can suck it. So yeah, I got into the picture. We talked for a little bit. It was fine. Like and then what else over there happened? Not much, dude. It was just after party shit.
All right, he loves streaming.
Yeah, I got cooked up. Like always.
Y'all think you gonna say something?
I drank too much.
Or y'all ready for me to just get to my stream?
And then I got home and I couldn't see straight. Like it was not getting better. I had a big headache and it was bad and bad and bad.
I'm just saying.
And then the next day I went to some other party. And it was pretty chill actually. It was pretty nice. I don't know, but Connor eats pants, yeah. It was fun. It was like some YouTuber party. And it was like a 20 million subscriber party or some shit. Yeah, Sam Colby or something like that. Yeah, I think that was Sam or Colby, whatever. It was chill.
There's something you think he's gonna
house before.
I don't think he's gonna say anything, guys.
Oh, the bleach. Yeah, I just tripped on a box or some shit in his apartment, and I had my mouth was full of mouthwash, and I drank a bunch of fucking like bleaching fucking mouthwash.
Oh, the white stuff.
It's like mouthwash for whitening, and it's like extremely fucking toxic and shit. And I just swallowed the whole thing.
Oh,
and
I don't know about that.
I felt like I was dying, but I don't know. And I was already feeling bad because the night before, because I drank, so my stomach was all turning. That was really bad. And then we got there, and then I was like, I'm not gonna drink. And I mean, shit. I ended up doing shots for everybody. I was like, oh, you guys want shots? Shots for everybody. Oh, you guys want shots? Shots for everybody. And then you know, it's kind of like when you play games online and you're like, you're online and you catch one friend and you're still online catching another friend. You're like, oh guys, everybody was online the whole day, right? But it's just you being a fucking degen, right? It's kind of how it was with shots. Like I was like, oh, everybody's doing shots, but it's not because everybody's doing shots, because I was the one doing with people, right? But I was always like in the center of doing it. Does that make sense? So I was like the common denominator in doing shots. So I got fucked up again. And next day I woke up fucked up again, and I was like, let's go chill. I went to the beach. And no, I did not go with the Tana Mojo. I think Tana's cool.
Who do you go with?
Guys, Tana's cool and all. Okay. I think she's a good party goer. I talked to her at events. It stays right there. It doesn't go past the hi, what's up, want to get some shots type thing. It doesn't get past that ever.
Oh, come on, bro.
I don't have a problem with it. And I feel like a lot of times, a lot of people can comment like internet drama. Like I'm supposed to know about all the internet drama about other people, and I'm supposed to like not hang out with them on the basis that like they were in hot water here and there in 1994. Oh, I don't give a fuck. I didn't fucking relapse. I don't know what that fucking means, dude. Fucking
look.
Yeah, I'm not doing that shit. The fuck.
Let me go.
I had fun overall. And
all right, yo. If he says something shit, I'm sure his editor will clip it. We have a lot to cover, man. God damn. And here's the thing. If you've been here from the beginning, if you look at the title, it says all XQC court docs exposed. We are talking about all the ones I have, plus what I got from the police. Remember, I told you, I said, hey guys, I'm trying to get some stuff from the police department. And give me a second. I gotta pull this. I gotta pull it back up. And hold on, right here. Give me a second. And I got it. Hold on. You know, I don't want to show y'all guys too much. Bottom left. All right, so this is in one of the correspondences I got from the police department. The information submitted in Exhibit C relates to a SA. Okay, so that definitely came up. And the only way it gets in there if there's an SA allegation. Now we're going to get to that. This is the main event. Now, I know how you guys are. You like, hey man, we don't care about all the little stuff. I do got other new documents. But that is the big dog right there. That report, because this is a letter to the Attorney General. Because they like, yo, Henry, here we go right here. Here we go right here. They're like, yo, Henry is back at it again. Can we give this fool some information? It's like, yo, he is on our ass. And we want to know, can we give him the reports? We already prepared something for him, but we need to know. They basically putting it off on Ken Paxton, who is currently like they're trying to get his ass impeached. So, yeah. And someone said it, probably the nightmare stuff. Now, here's the thing, guys. If you've been here from the beginning, you're going to look at these court documents way different. Because if you think about when I was breaking the case, I didn't know XQC. I didn't know Adept. I just saw, hey, a rich man getting divorced by his girlfriend. And I thought it was wrong. I still think it's wrong. So fast forward to today. When you go through the docs, everything is going to start making sense to you. It's going to make so much sense. You're going to be like, holy shit. And the precursor, if you will. Now, am I prepped? I have everything outlined that I want to talk about. Do I have all my tabs up? Absolutely not, because I've been spending the last, I don't know, hour and a half watching XQC because someone in Henry Court was like, you should be watching it. You should be reacting to it. So I said, okay, let me give the people what they want. Y'all want me to react to it? I will. And I have a decent amount of clips, not all of them. but this is going to be the theme of today. Okay? This clip that I'm about to show you kind of covers everything. It kind of covers everything. Give me a second. Let me get... How do I get Chatterino to stay up here? I don't feel like figuring it out. But you guys remember Fran, right? Remember Fran?
Talking. She is saying all these fucked up things about Felix and their past. And I'm telling her that he has never abused me. He has never sexually assaulted me. He has never done any of that.
Like,
Still,
yeah.
like, till this day, never, 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 never. So she was trying really fucking hard to convince me that Felix was an abuser when he is not. And I actually got scared in the fucking car. I'm not even kidding, guys. I got scared because when she was talking about her the abuse, quote unquote, that she went through with him, she was stone cold in the face, no emotion, like serial killer. Towards the end, we were in the car for 3 hours. Towards the end of that car conversation, I actually started getting like scared. And so I had to come up with something really, really fast to like, it was fight or flight at that point to get out of the car. And I said, specifically, I was like, because I can stoop down to her level. I said, hey, do you want to go shopping on his card? I need to go inside and get it. She was like, yeah. Lets me out the fucking car. Guys, I sprinted so fucking fast back to the house. Sprinted so fast. My fucking flip-flops were in flames. Like, bro. I get in the house. I'm spamming Felix. I'm like, I need to talk to you. I need to talk to you. I need to talk. She's outside. I need to talk to you right fucking now. She's streaming, right? Or sorry, he was streaming. And this is the one stream on May 15th or whatever when he streamed really short and he had to get off because it was an emergency. It was me. It was me, okay? I told him the situation, and at that point, I was pretty fucking scared because I realized she is a fucking manipulator, a liar, and she is the abuser.
Just to make sure, if this for you, it's not.
All right, sorry guys, I skipped ahead. But I want you guys to keep that in mind as we go throughout the whole ordeal today. All right, because I said before the trial, we'll do a all court doc review. And what I'm about to do is I'm about to zip through this shit. I'm going to zip through it. If I slow down, it's very important. If I zip through it, it's not important. Okay? I'm only reading the important stuff. We have the entire the entire court docket. Whatchamacallit? Everything. All the documents that I was able to obtain. That, guys, at the end of the day, what I want you to know is I gave you guys everything. Everything you can imagine, I gave it to you. You like everything, every goddamn thing. Literally. I gave him my all. What Shannon Sharp say at the end of the day? When you get home and you lay your head down on that pillow, just remember, I gave you everything. Everything I had. And y'all was like, hey, where is that updated goddamn court docket with the new dates? All right, here we go. I know y'all like, you said you had it, you ain't show us shit. I'm like, good, look, guys. All right, there you go. There we go. So as we know, it was supposed to be a 2-day trial on the 28th and 29th, which is today, or which was yesterday and today. That shit ain't happen. Are we getting it down? All right, guys. Now do me a favor. Like the stream. I'll make a deal with you guys. I'll make a deal. Because I know y'all don't want to be here all day. I know y'all don't. And soon as XQC stops streaming, it's going to jump up. And I think he just stopped. I think he just stopped streaming. Is he still streaming? Give me a second. Yep, I knew it. I can always tell. So, if you guys can juice up the likes, we'll get there, because the document that I showed you right here, that is what the police department sent to the attorney general in regards to releasing information to myself. It is mind blowing. It is case breaking. Now, it's not gonna make or break the marriage case, but it is going to destroy any amount of credibility that the person that he is going through may have. And the reason being is because of this portion right here that talks about what was involved. Right there. What does it say? I'll turn chat off. I'll turn chat off because I know everyone want to see it. Hey, the information in Exhibit C relates to a SA. A SA. Hey, it relates to an SA. What was Adept trying to get Fran to admit? Hey, can you admit that, XQC SA'd you? You see it? Hey, in an open records decision from 1983, your office concluded generally only the information that either identifies or tends to identify a victim of SA or other S-related offenses may be withheld under common law privacy. However, because the identifying information was, exorbitantly intertwined with other reasonable releasable information, the governmental body was required to withhold the entire report. See, they're asking them, can they send me the entire report? But we're going to use context clues and figure out what the entire report entailed, because this is, despite it being a 2-page letter to the Attorney General, it is full of clues and evidence of what happened, as it says an investigation was completed and an investigation is closed, and the outcome of said investigation. And I imagine everyone knows the outcome of the said investigation, but knowing and seeing is two different things. So when you see it, it blows your whole mind. Okay? So, here we go. We gonna start. You like, Henry, where are we starting at? We're gonna start from the beginning. Give me a second. I have to bring up some documents. And when I bring up these documents, we going through them quickly. No BS. No long stroking or anything like that. I just have to goddamn find. All right, there you go. I gotta go into my server. You like, Henry, what the hell? I thought it was no BS, and I'm like, look, I got you. And I see Poke is doing Poke things. And the first couple items I want to pull up is the original divorce. We're gonna go through that real quick. We're gonna go through her statement that she made to get the record sealed. And we're gonna go to the TRO. Like, this shit is going to make sense to everyone when it's all said and done. And I did reach out to the police, and that's how I got all this information. Now, all the information that you're about to see was legally obtained, guys. It was no BS, no funny stuff. I know the case is sealed, and people are always asking me how I'm getting shit. Original petition. Give me a second. Her shit. Proposed TRO. Got that. Temporary restraining order. Got that. And how he was served. Now it's a citation issued. All right, download. All right. I gotta load up some stuff, guys. Give me 2 seconds while I pull all the stuff over there. But what do you guys think of the interview, if you will? Whew, Jesus, get this shit out of here, because I don't want to leak that. I'm learning, guys. I'm learning. I'm learning. All right, that's him getting served. That's that. I'm just going through my stuff, my tabs, getting them in order. This is the original divorce. Where's the goddamn TRO? Fucking show enough out of here. Ran out of here. All right, that's what she wanted. Well, I'm missing something real quick. I gotta pull up what the judge signed off on. Is it the 16? Yeah. Yep. All right. All right, give me a second. What the fuck? All right. This is what happens when y'all like, hey, watch this before the whatchamacallit. I'm like, man, y'all shorty like, yeah, watch it. All right, let's start cooking. And let me bring up my other stuff. All right, let's go. All right, guys. If you don't know who I am HenryResilient, the XQC court case guy. Probably the guy you can say responsible for showing you guys the court docs, if you will, of everything that was going on. Now we could do, oh shit. All right, let's shrink that before I leak some shit. We could do it like this. Give me a second so it makes sense. So everyone could see. Let me do that. I know I'm new to this streaming shit. God damn, why did it fucking jump? We're Chatterino. Right here. All right. Cool. Let's cook. Bro, get in at it. Been doing it for, look, bro, I have not been doing it. Look, even that's my editor. He trying to cook my ass. Like, Jesus, man. I have not been streaming on Twitch for 8 months. And don't lie and say I have. I think y'all told me to start streaming on Twitch. And I was like, all right, man, whatever. All right, let's go. So you guys remember this is the original petition that she filed. Okay, this was filed by her. This was November 14th, 2022. No one knew what the hell was going on. All they knew was some J records that it was a divorce. All right. And what did she say? Hey, we were married August 25th, 2020. We were spouses on October 31st, 2022. That's the end of marriage date, but in Texas, remember, the end of marriage is YouTube and Chatterino too? No, but I can see you guys. I can see. Look, all right. Y'all want YouTube over here? Here we go. Here's everything. Happy now? Happy now? Happy now? Jesus Christ. They're like, put my stuff up there too. All right, look. I'm about to be ignoring chat, so I'm just going to be cooking. If you want to donate, you can via super chat, membership, like the stream. We're starting from the beginning and we're zipping through everything. Zipping through. All right, so August 25th, 2020 to October 31st, 2022. Now, here's the thing. I pointed out on this October 25th, 2020, XQC was in Canada. He was not in the United States. He was in Canada, and this is where the whole common law marriage began. It began when he wanted to
that brother's starving.
Have some sex in Canada with some person he had sex with way before. All right, so what does it say? Hey, children of the marriage, none is expected. Let's keep going. Separate property. Petitioner owns certain separate property that is not part of the community estate of the parties, and the petitioner requests that the court confirm separate property as Adept separate property in the estate. Hey, I want to keep possession of my stuff. All right, now here is the thing, guys. From day one, number 13, she wanted this case sealed. She did not want him talking about it. at all. She wanted a permanent means forever, injunction, a permanent injunction, XQC to not talk or take any steps to stalk, harass, threaten, otherwise intimidate petitioner, including but not limited to discussing the litigation on any social network profile, including but not limited to his Twitch stream or YouTube account, and are directing any followers on any social media network platforms to harass in language, to communicate with the other party, threaten the other party, or take any unlawful action against the party. So when she says, hey, I can't talk about it, it's her own fault. She did this shit from day one. It was not day two. It was not, oh, I can't talk about it. I don't want him to talk about it. And the courts are not going to say, okay, he can't talk about it, but you can talk about it. All right. It is what it is. Day one. Hey, I want attorney fees, expenses, costs, interest, blah, blah, blah. Signed right there. And here is just some regular standard language. Okay. For when you file for divorce, no calling, no using any passwords or personal identification numbers to gain access to a party's email. This is all standard stuff. We don't need to read it all. Let's go to the next one. All right. Because we have to go to, I believe this is XQC getting, we're not gonna go to that yet. We're gonna go right here. All right. Yeah. So what does the judge do? The judge says, okay, Sammy, 2 days later, you want some stuff. Let's make it an order, because she typed up all this, right? Right here. This is what she wanted from the judge. This is her lawyer typing up an order saying, hey, I don't want XQC to cause me bodily harm. I don't want him threatening me with imminent bodily harm. I don't want him to stalk, harass, threaten, or otherwise intimidate, and all the talking stuff. This is a blank order. You typically do this for any request you make for a judge. What did the judge do? The judge immediately saw through the bullshit, crossed out the causing bodily injury to petitioner, because we already know. Threatening a petitioner with immediate bodily injury, we already know. Now look, this shows her intentions from day one was to make XQC out to be a threat. You see how it works? You see? Hey, I've been telling you from day one he's dangerous and he needs to not be able to do A, B, and C. Judge crossed it out. Okay? She even crossed out stalk, harass, threaten. All right? Signed, sealed, and delivered. They had a hearing scheduled for November 29th. That ended up getting canceled, but this is the judge's signature. Now, why did the judge grant this? Let's go to her statement. So here's her request for everything. Now let's scroll down. Right here. All right, so Exhibit A. This is her statement. Okay? If you were here day one, if you were here, this was filed November 16th. So this is almost a year old. Okay? What does this say? My name is Samantha Lopez. I'm a resident of Williamson County, Texas. I am above the age of 18. This is just her saying, hey, I'm above the age of 18. I live in that county. All right. I request a temporary restraining order and ex parte order against XQC, who's also a resident. Okay. In this case, due to concerns, look, from day one of harassment after the petition is served, and actual harassment that has occurred as of recently this past weekend. So me being the investigator I am, I'm like, hey guys, chat. What happened? Where in the hell was XQC during the weekend of November 12th and 13th? Where the hell was he? All right. What happened that weekend? Was it some streamer event? Was it some streaming awards? Let me know. All right. Now, here's our statement. And I'm about to read this. I'm about to read this crazy. All right. Felix and I were in a relationship for over 4 years, and although we have not been ceremonially married, we are informally married. We have informally been since at least August of 2020, when both Felix and I agreed to be married and acknowledged to immigration officials that we were married so that I could obtain entry into Canada with XQC while we were not allowing unmarried visitors due to, the pandemic, travel restrictions. Since that time, we have lived together in Texas as spouses. Now, remember, guys, she's trying to convince everyone that they're spouses. Everyone. So you're going to see some language where she says spouses. She slips up, I believe, once in here. Although we are now temporarily absent from Texas due to fears for our safety, that will be detailed further below. And held ourselves out as being married to friends and family. Now, when she say friends and family, I said big cap. Only she held herself out as married. There is yet to be anyone other than the housekeeper that said that they referred to Adept as a sposa, and he never corrected him. All right. XQC and I are both professional streamers, and we both make our living from subscriptions, advertisement, yada, yada, yada. All right. Big platforms on Twitch, YouTube, Instagram, and the like. I do not want to put our streamers' names into the public record at this time due to harassment and other threats I have endured. All right, so they've been broken up for what, less than a month? Thank you for the sub. And already, hey, I don't want to put my name in there. Come on, man. All right, let's keep going. But I will provide that information to court upon request. Although we are both successful, XQC's subscriber base is much larger than mine, and his followers are extremely devoted to him. An example the court may be aware of due to his notoriety is Alex Jones. Where the hell she get Alex Jones? Where did she get Alex Jones? I know people reading ahead. Alex Jones. While XQC is not the same arena as Alex Jones, the people who follow XQC are devoted to XQC's public persona in a similar way that people who follow Alex Jones are devoted to his public persona. So, juicers, are y'all Alex Jones fans or like them? And Alex Jones fans, what do you think when you hear this? Inquiring minds would like to know. All right, let's keep going. During the first year of our relationship, XQC remained adamant that it was not a good idea for either of our public images to acknowledge our relationship or in our respective streams. XQC had convinced me that his fans would blame a girlfriend in his life for any kind of stream mishaps. For example, being late or tired. Well, we could definitely blame RP divorce now. We can add that to the list because he definitely looks tired. Maybe partying too, but that's here there. He feared his fans would think a live-in girlfriend was interfering with his fans' relationship with him. He had these fears due to a prior relationship of his and from observing public relationship involving our coworkers. I made a compromise at that time that we would never announce we were single or taken to our fans, and we would not unnecessarily draw attention to our relationship status. This made sense for our careers as our content mostly revolved around gameplay and not relationships. Now, I wonder if these are the Discord messages that are going to come up later in today's court docs. I wonder. Can't say for sure, but I wonder. After a few months of trying to keep our relationship out the public eye, XQC began to betray or compromise by claiming to be single. This is me thinking that they goddamn broke up. Alluding to being single and telling the public that we were just roommates. Remember those videos? On or about December 10th, 2018, I confronted XQC about this, and we agreed that we would disclose our respective fans that we were in a relationship, okay? You know the type of relationship.
Love of my life.
From this point forward, we were publicly boyfriend and girlfriend. Eventually, the bad relationship began to unfold on stream in ways we were both good and bad. Good and bad, like elaborate on that shit. Like, well, what is it? When you guys come out as being in a relationship, is it good or is it bad? I have no idea. Even after August 2020, when we agreed to be married, lived together in Texas as married, and held ourselves out as married to our friends and family, we agreed that we would already disclose we were in a romantic relationship. We believed this was the best way to protect each other from harassment and scrutiny online. We have both been consistently hyper aware of how dangerous being a public figure is on the internet could be. Now, look, this is me, guys. I'm like, I love that she agrees she's a public figure, which means people can talk about her. That she is subject to criticism, if you will, kind of like Adriana Lee and all that good stuff. If you're on YouTube, like the stream. This danger best displayed during the year 2021, where we were publicly disclosed that we were in a romantic relationship. I spent most of our days being harassed by fans that discovered our address. Now, this is kind of messed up. All right. And I know that they were harassed because I've seen the fake police reports and making false police reports that led to police to come to our house. They were swatted. And, you know, she cited someone being deleted. So that is a little scary. People sending random people from dating sites to, from like a Tinder to their home address, stating they were expecting to meet us for dates or casual sex. 3, sending large fake food orders to our house with the expectation that the food will be paid for upon delivery. These types of harassing calls overwhelmed our local fire and police department with fake emergencies for months. The callers also consistently sent various men to our door looking for her, you know what I'm saying, and soliciting sex. I think Law & Order did like a series on that. People were signing like their ex-girlfriend up for like some grape fantasy, then send a dude there to grape their ex, and next thing you know, boom, it happens. These behaviors have continued recently, as in the past weekend, our house here in Williamson County, Texas, was once again swatted by people online harassing us. In addition, god damn, this shit just keeps going. It's just like the never-ending story, if you will. In addition to, our home was accidentally broken into by a person using a goddamn crowbar looking for them. Jesus Christ. They hired security, armed security, because they feared that someone would be out to, to tombstone their ass. Felix has night terrors. They increase because of fears and because of the mental stress this harassment put us through. These type of harassment behaviors are why we are temporarily absent from the state of Texas. So what she's trying to do is shoot them some bail for not living in Texas. Because remember, guys, all this shit has to happen in Texas. If she's living in LA or California or Canada, it does not go down like that. Also, our permanent address is still here in Texas. Like, see how she tries to plant the foot back in Texas, because if it's not in Texas, it's crazy. Now, look, you're about to see some stuff that Fran brought up. All right. She votes in Texas, her driver's license in Texas. This is everything for her. And even though she said we both are Texas residents for all legal purposes, such as filing taxes, registering to vote, I don't think he votes. We know he doesn't have a driver's license. That's how she got the cars. We have been either living temporary with family or renting Airbnb, short-term rental type house out of the state, so that we cannot be stalked and harassed for several months, since the address of the home we own in Texas has been publicly posted online. So, remember when XQC leaked it? Hey, this is her saying, hey, the address is already publicly posted online. All right. So there is that. And I talked about the Texas ordeal. All right. How am I doing, guys? What do you guys think so far? Do you guys remember reading this statement, if you will? Anyone remember reading it? It's just a little trip down memory lane, if you will. Now, unfortunately, and in a large part due to the strain of the harassment we have both endured, our relationship has suffered. We agreed to live apart for a few months, and it was tough. but we still have joint assets together, which is the cars. And in many ways, our public images were still that we were in a romantic relationship, guys. Not husband and wife? Okay, whatever. Anyway, I asked and XQC originally agreed not to publicly announce that we had separated. Although Felix originally agreed, he has since gone back on that agreement and has had extreme repercussions for me personally, both professionally and for my safety. All right, so what she's talking about is the RP divorce, guys. RP divorce. She was like, hey, I thought you wasn't going to say nothing. He was like, I had to tell the people. And she like, my safety is down. My financial loss due to the breakup is down. All that stuff is down. Recently, it has become overwhelming for me with the social engineering Felix has orchestrated. He understands the social aspects of fan to streamer relationships and the public perception of streamers very well. He is extremely calculated. He's an evil genius with his actions and will cater to the public perception of him. Look, my ex said the same shit about me. They start playing victim, like, oh, he's messing with me, and it's just like, shut up, bitch. Anywho, this is the main reason he's began to be able to overcome multiple controversies, and this is where she about to air out his dirty laundry because she been trying to destroy his character from day one. Getting kicked out of the professional Overwatch League due to racist and homophobic remarks. While he is a very skilled in this manner, which benefits his career, it's a double-edged sword now that those methodical operations are being used to heighten his image while simultaneously destroying mine. Guys, she is saying, it is all Jermaine's fault. It's always Jermaine's fault. Crazy, right? Now, look, I think it's safe to say that the RP divorce is really what destroyed her image and what's going to continue to destroy her image as long as she keep doing doofy shit like this, talking about she's married. You see? Hey, married. She wasn't doing this shit not too long ago, was she? Was she, guys? Did you guys see her saying that?
Nope.
No, not at all. But we got to keep the charade going because now money's on the line and there's no way in hell she's winning this lawsuit for divorce. You see what I'm saying? Let's keep going. Where did I stop at? Over the past couple of weeks, which is 2. So at the beginning of November, he announced our breakup publicly despite being aware that I requested, like he's her goddamn child, more time so that I could keep my career intact and keep my family safe, especially after all the torment and harassment we faced in 2021. Notice she didn't say more time so we can file for divorce and sort out our property. None of that shit came up. Hey, don't tell anyone. You see how it works? What about the divorce? Oh, I wasn't thinking about divorce 2 weeks ago. All right, whatever. And none of this shit that comes next has anything to do with divorce. This is her trying to smear his goddamn name because it is what it is. If you can't win, and I had a great clip to play, and I'll play it after this about how women do after a goddamn breakup. All right, let's keep going. Beginning on September 4th, 2022, every day for a week, he would message me with a looming threat that he desperately needed to announce our breakup in order to get public scrutiny off his back for missing a public event. He insisted to the public that the reason he didn't go to the event, which was shit camp, was because of our breakup, while privately admitting to me that it was because he simply did not want to go. On another occasion, see, what does this have to do with being married? Not a goddamn thing. He disapprovingly told his fans that I drove our car to a date. Okay? Don't tell women your secrets, fellas. But only refer to it as his car, which caused his fans to harass and threaten me to give XQC his car back, not knowing that it was a car we bought together in which we are both on the title. And that car is the McLaren. And XQC already stated that she was supposed to take her name off the title because he didn't have a license and put his lawyer's name on the title. But when the shit came around to do it, she was like, nope. All right. Now, look, here's the thing. I suspect she is on all the titles of all the cars. And you'll see that when we come further down. Most recently, he has alluded to arguments. Now, both of they ass been alluding to a lot of shit on Twitch right now. But it is what it is. It is. I know. She want the money. I know. Let's keep going. It is what it is. Stream while I was at his current short-term rental property in Los Angeles after being invited inside for my friend and I to use the restroom after a party. Now think of this story, guys. She's at a party. She comes over to his house to use the bathroom. What this is, hey, I'm trying to do any and everything to get in that goddamn house because I know he's with Aiden Ross and some other woman. You see? And he fell for that shit. Hook, line, and sinker. All right? Saying, let's go. A friend and I to use the bathroom after a party. Saying that I manipulated him and I purposely interfered with his work. Look, she has a proclivity to pop up while he's streaming. That's her MO. Oh, he's streaming? Let me pop up on his ass. Let me mess up his flow. The very next day, he invited a prawn star over and began hugging and kissing her while on his stream. The two of them spent hours making out, playing house, and talked about their to his friends. Okay, his fans have now pitted this woman and I against each other. It is my strongest belief that XQC is emulating the behavior of one of the only other streamers to surpass his success in recent times, Aiden Ross. Hereinafter, Aiden focuses. What the fuck does this have to do with being married? What does it have to do with being married? Nothing whatsoever. But hey, she's rambling. Aiden focuses his content on relationship drama and dating. XQC and his new female companion met on Aiden's dating show while he was also trying to reignite a relationship with me, which we know is probably some goddamn truth to that, because we know.
Yeah, that brother's starving.
After XQC's large display of affection with his female companion, they went on a double date with Aiden and Aiden's girlfriend. And look, she is sounding so jealous, guys. So jealous. On his stream, Aiden spent time asking Felix questions about our relationship before they commenced their double date. The four of them heavily discussed sex, drank copious amounts of alcohol, and the two women were making out while the two men watched. Like, what does this have to do with marriage? Like, Adept.
Shut up, bitch!
This type of behavior is very rewarding on our platform right now, and I believe XQC is now emulating this behavior from Aiden to progress his career. What does that have to do with marriage? Until recently, XQC did not condone or participate in this type of behavior on stream. It was only after Aiden began to skyrocket in the industry by engaging in this behavior. I believe it's reasonable XQC will continue this behavior to be successful. But more importantly, will use my name and our relationship as precursors to his new and wild behavior, including the fact that I have filed for divorce here in Texas. Now, this is the foundation for putting the gag order, okay? See the manipulative? She's desperate to keep XQC quiet from exposing her under the guise of it's going to hurt her career or threaten her safety in some form or way. Good thing we have this as a reminder of who she really is as a person. Men, proceed with caution. Hell, women, proceed with caution. She's recording everything, reporting everything. This behavior from XQC has built a mountain of ammunition for XQC's fans to harass me on every single social media platform, which I told you degenerates, stop doing that shit. I am now unable to post any of my typical content for work without being bombarded with harassing language. Harassing language, guys. If you call her a gold digger, it's harassing language. If you ask her, was she remarried? It's harassing language. You will get banned. If you say hello, friend, like I did, and she responds,
Henry, thank you so much.
You will get banned. Just giving a heads up, okay? Just a heads up. Now, I have made a couple of attempts to defend myself and provide bits of context to diffuse the hatred. It's always bits. It's never full context. Never full. Just bits. Just a little bit here. Just a little bit there. You know, I'm not going to give you the full story. Just wait until it comes out. We know it's not coming. Now, but it has not been successful. Well, what do you think was going to happen? You come out, you tell half truths, and it's not successful. Oh my, big brain right there. Big brain move right there. Let me tell half truths and complain that it's not successful. It's like going outside without an umbrella and then complaining when you get rained on. It happens. This is likely because XQC's fan base is 1,000 times bigger than mine. He has a combined 12 million counting followers on his platform. He is emboldening his fans with his behavior, and I simply do not have the manpower to change that without divulging the intricate details of our 4-year relationship, not marriage. I do not believe that is the best route for my safety or for his. Now, do you think she gives 2 shits about his safety?
Nope.
No. My biggest fear, as I've always communicated to XQC, is the safety of myself and of my family, that XQC and I have separated, and I have only been because XQC believed that us living with them was the safest place for us with the least bit of effort. My family protected him so that he could continue working and advance in his career. Now, do you think her goddamn family is protecting XQC now from her opportunistic ass?
Nope.
No. Felix is now knowingly causing damage to not only the public perception of me, but he is also putting me in legitimate fear for my safety and well-being due to the harassment I've seen. Well, I've said it plenty of times. Juicer, stop harassing her. Seriously. You know she's using any and everything to point you guys in a negative light. I am concerned that when Felix is served with the petition for divorce, his behaviors will escalate. He knows where I am living, and he knows where my family lives. He knows what kind of cars I drive. He knows everything about me, my day-to-day routine. I am concerned, based on his behaviors, that he will share this information with his fans, which we're not going to talk about that shit. We're not going to talk about that, even though it may have happened. And either explicitly or implicitly encourage his fans to increase the level of harassment, including stalking me or putting me and my family in situations where we may be the subject of threats or actual acts of physical harm. Now, everyone here knows he would never tell his fans to harass her. And, hey, I, Sammy Lopez, fear for my safety and want XQC ordered to be prohibited from discussing our relationship or this litigation on his stream with any of his followers or any social media platform until further orders of this court. Without these orders, I have reasonable fears that my family and I will be stalked, harassed, or put in danger of imminent bodily harm by one of his millions of fans that follow XQC's public persona on his various social media platforms. Goddamn, y'all remember that shit? I remember it. Now, let's go to her talking about getting into Canada, if you will.
Through common law.
Give me a second. All right, let's get to it. Like the stream. And it's right here. It's pretty quick. She's detailing herself trying to get into Canada. And what ends up happening is she gets into a kerfuffle.
Shortened version because you're not the custom, so I really don't have to explain it all to you. But you know, still my community, so I'm gonna explain a little bit. But
come on, girl, give it to us.
On the first day, we had to explain for 2 hours how we're reuniting as through common law. That's the thing. That's what the Canadian.
Hold up, theater mode. Sorry, you heard her. Through common law. Common law. Here, I'll rewind it.
On the first day, we had to explain for 2 hours how we're reuniting as through common law. That's the thing. That's what the Canadian government allows. We've been living together for 2 years, so at this point, we're considered. I did kind of have to.
You see how she bleeped it out? She bleeped it out. We're considered common law married.
Unleash my inner Karen, and let me explain why. Because the very first second I go up there and I scan my passport to.
All right, you seen it, you heard it. I think he heard it too, and she bleeped it out. Where are my lip readers at? Did she say married? Did she say married?
Common law. That's the thing. That's what the Canadian government allows. We've been living together for 2 years, so at this point we're considered. I did kind of have to.
She said couple. You think she said common law couple? Perhaps. And I don't know what the hell this is. What did I just do? How do I get rid of it? All right, let's just put that shit behind me. But that's what she's saying she did. Common law couple. All right. XQCL in the chat, guys. Now, what the hell happened? I got exactly what happened next. Where is it at? Right here. Okay. So, after XQC, after the divorce was filed, after the TRO was granted, he was served. You guys know where this house is? You're like, Henry, where is this house? Where is it? We don't know. Where is this house? It's right here. See the picture? You see the picture? This is the house in which he was served at. Does it look familiar? Does it look familiar? And what does it say? Hey, we caught him lacking November 22nd, 7:32, 38 p.m. Robert served him. He got the original citation for divorce, the motion for temporary orders, the temporary restraining orders, and the order setting the hearing. Okay? He was served. And they listed it as 5'80" or 5'11", 180 pounds, which I believe that's about 50 pounds more than what he weighed. Blonde hair, blonde eye. Hair is blonde, eyes are brown, no identifying marks. This is him getting served at this iconic kitchen that we all know that he, I guess, you know what I'm saying, he had her there. Now, this is when shit starts hitting the fan, right? This is when everything starts going crazy. I have to load more doc. Any questions before I go on? And I think my chatterino stopped. Give me a second. Oh shit, I fucked up. I fucked up. It's like, no questions, keep cooking. All right, no questions. Then we will keep cooking. Like, look, guys, we're going backwards to the beginning. We're going to the beginning of time, guys. And when we get to the police report, it's going to blow your mind. It's going to make so much sense. Give me a second. I have to download more documents. So what happens after they file for divorce? They have court, and give me a second because I have to get the agreed orders. Jesus, Henry. All right, here we go. Download. Boom. Right here. This was the next step. Let me start putting these things up in order. I'm about to delete some things. So if you want to see something, it's gone already. It is gone. Give me a second. This is what happens when I watch his goddamn hour and a half Dr. K thing. All right, so we have that. Then she start tripping, guys. After she get the motion for whatchamacallit. Yeah, there we go. Download. Open. Yep. This was a request. Then we had the violations. Remember when she was like, he violated this, Your Honor? He violated it. And you like, what the hell? How did he violate it? Because I said so. And I'm like, oh my goodness. More I gotta load up all the violations. Give me a second. It's on the 23rd. There we go. Download. All right. First set. This is second set. First. Second. All right. Sorry, guys. It's so many documents. But in 30 minutes, I want to be onto the police report. I don't want to still be here. Download. All right. Okay. Where are we at? Got that. Give me a second. Jesus, man. This shit's wild. This has to be the wildest thing that anyone has probably ever seen in their life. I know it's wild as shit for me. And it's probably just as wild for you. Oh, fuck. Sorry. Excuse my language. All right. And the judge signed off. Fuck. All right. All right. Let's go. Now, this may be review for some of you guys, and this may be completely new to some other people. All right. Whew, jeez, that was pretty wild. I saw a dog on the lawnmower. All right, guys, let's keep going. Do me a favor, like the goddamn diggity stream, if you will. If you get me to, Jesus, 600 likes, we'll go straight to the police stuff. And then we'll skip through a lot of review, go straight to the police stuff. Because I know that's what everyone wants to see. But there are a small amount of people. Goddamn, why my shit not up? There we go. Oh, I see what happens. I see what happened. I see how it works. All right, let's go. Y'all seeing all my shit like, yo. Yeah, give me the 600 and we go straight to the police stuff. No games planned, no lies are told. I promise you. People know. If you've been here a while, you know. All right, so divorce is set and they have another hearing. Okay. What happens at the hearing? He gets served. He responds. But here's the thing. When he responds, his response is sealed, right? And this is a true story. He'll probably tell it when he can. His responses were sealed. The moment I start showing court documents, he never filed a sealed document until the case got sealed. All right. That's just how it works. I'm not even lying. 600 likes and we'll go straight to police reports or police stuff. I'm not going to say it's a report, but when you see it, it's going to blow your goddamn mind. Because it blew mine. I was just like, I literally was in the car like, what the fuck? Like, if this ain't Amber Heard, Johnny Depp 2.0, I really don't know what is. All right. So after the divorce, right? What does she do? She asks for the cars. She gets the cars. They agree to this. Why does she get the cars? I think she's on the title of these two guys. So it's not just the McLaren. I presume it's on the BMW and the Tesla as well. He put her name likely on all three cars because she said in her affidavit, if you were paying close attention, that the cars were hers. Thank you for the sub. Salute to you. All right. You see what I'm saying? So this is when he was ordered. Hey, he can't sell a house in Canada. He can't sell a house in Texas. That's just what it was. He can't move any large sums of money or funds on deposit to any financial institutions outside the United States. This is presumably how he gambles. Because he never put the money in United States stuff, or I really don't know. I don't want to speculate, but I'm saying I think this is how he gets it done. Okay, because hey, I never had the money in my account. It was a sponsored account. It was this account. It was Aiden's money. It was that person's money. All right. Now look, he agreed to all of this, and we're going to see his signature. Not deleting data, not talking about it, not driving the McLaren. Look, some people like go to the police record. We know this shit. Not everyone know it. Not everyone know it. Not everyone know it. I got some people who've been rocking with me from day one who know it. Now look at her signature, guys. Do you see any doofy ass heart? No, you do not. That ain't no heart. This is not a heart at all. Okay? What is it? Not a heart. Not the new stuff. But he agreed to it. Now, what happens next? In true fashion, she comes out the gate swinging. What does she ask for? This is a motion. A motion is a request, not an order. This is a motion that she's asking for the judge. We know how this shit turns out. She comes out the gate after they agree to her driving the Tesla and all that other stuff. A month later, she like, well, I want lawyer fees, spousal support to keep driving this shit, for you to not drive the McLaren, and I want some other shit. I want you no sharing docs with Henry, no talking to Destiny, no gambling, no drip, and I want you to stop interfering with the goddamn Tesla password. And if you don't know, this is because it actually happened. She popped up on his ass about the password. And you guys probably remember this video right here. Sorry, it's low. I need you to change the account back so I can keep driving the goddamn Tesla on your dime. Okay? My voice is not cutting out. It's just horrible audio that someone used AI to basically get the script. Hey, can you not change the password? I want to keep living off you. I'm not a leech. I'm not a gold digger, but the court said I can do it. Just read it. You locked me out of the account for the car. I have full authority to. Change the password back. Or tell me the new password. He like, shut up, bitch! And get out my goddamn house. Now, who the hell is Sabrina and why is that XQC's problem? But she not a gold digger, y'all. You see this shit? I don't care who it is. I don't want to get into it, but for some strange reason, Sabrina being stranded seems to be XQC's problem, if you will. And stuff like that just annoys the hell out of me. Where was I at? Okay, so that's all that jazz, right? Now comes the violations. Now comes violation. And you're about to see everything. And I believe this is before I even start streaming about the case. Okay? I get all this shit secondhand. What does she say? Hey, that 500,000 you bet on the whatchamacallit? Now look, let me explain something before I get into it. These are not violations because the only court order was for him to agree to that she drives the 2 cars and him not sell the houses. So what she's trying to do is put the horse before the cart and say these are violations as she's asking for, as she just asks for new motions, new injunctions against him. I want to make sure you guys remember every detail about this shit because she likes to try to play like, oh, I'm all innocent now, even though this stuff came out almost 7 months ago. People forget, people wasn't here, people didn't know about me. Hey, $500,000 bet on stake that you did. Hey, you lost it. Violation. You see what I'm saying? He posted on his Twitter account. She's watching his every move, looking for a way to get his money and paint him in a bad light. Violation 2, buying a Rolex, a $25,000 Rolex, and posting it on his Twitter. Okay? This is what's going on. Hey, this is unhealthy, but it's perfectly normal in a RP marriage, all right? Violation number 3, on January 7th, restricting her access to the Tesla. Violation number 4, on January 7th, recording her confronting him about about driving a Tesla. And I know what y'all thinking. Y'all like, hey, the $25,000 watch she may have stole. Hey, look, you know.
Gotta get my bag and run.
Maybe we need to change that soundbite to gotta get my watch and run. I don't know. What do you guys think? Violation number 4, recording her. Now this shows you where her mindset is at. Even though none of this was a violation, considering she showed up and basically forced his hand as she knew he was he was streaming. It is what it is. And violation 5, him coming out addressing the issue, saying he was never married. You guys remember this?
People saw something and are now speculating about what it means and what happened prior. People are just speculating about some document that they saw. And the problem is that they don't understand.
There's too much, little bro.
Things work whatsoever.
You see this shit?
But
this is a violation according to her.
I will tell you with 100% confidence, okay? I am not married. I was never married, okay? And honestly, like everybody that's been watching the stream for like 6 years, okay, know my exact mindset about this. They know my exact mindset. Everybody knows my word for word things I've been saying for years that I would probably never get married for the rest of my life. Okay, it's not something that I've said in the past. It's not something that interests me. Okay. I think people do it out of like customs or whatever. It's just not me. I don't see any value in it. Okay.
See,
I was never married.
Violation.
Ever.
Violation.
Okay? It has never happened. That's it. Okay. Which then people say, well, dude, what about the thing that would require you to understand how these things work and put 2 and 2 together. But I can't do it for you. Okay? I just can't do it. Okay? That's just how it is.
All right. So there you have it. Let's get back because I want to make sure you guys know all of these goddamn petty, frivolous violations. Here we go. Now, after he says he was not married. Then she accuses Destiny. She says, hey, on or about January 11th, XQC provided documents and information to a third-party streamer named Destiny and requested Destiny discuss the pending litigation publicly on XQC's behalf. Now, Destiny does not deny his involvement. Okay, him and XQC are friends, and from what I see, good friends. XQC could use more Destinies in his life. Now, here is the video that she is saying that Destiny
was it the same day?
Right here. When he covered this video right here, this is her saying it's a violation. And we only gonna play like 10 seconds of it.
I think it's generally the way that it goes, but it might get more complicated in like celebrity marriages and shit. The day Adept posted the flowers in the McLaren, she started the divorce case against XQC. Oh shit.
Boom. Right there. Now, this is exactly how I picked up on this goddamn lawsuit. This frivolous RP divorce. From, I don't know if it was this stream or that tweet, but I remember seeing this page somewhere. Maybe it was Dexter Toe. And boom. And guys, if you don't want ads, go to, there's an ad-free place to watch. Where people are watching, and all you got to do is like the stream for free ads. Or no ads. I don't know what you want. What do you want me to tell? What do you want me to tell you? Sorry. And Jack did it right there. Boom. Hey, no ads right there. No ads right there. Thanks for the sub. No ads right there. But anyway, I know free ads. I'm sorry. Anyway, I'm misspeaking. I'm misspeaking. I am misspeaking. Sorry about that. Fuck, give me the ads. This is what I like right here. Hey, give me the ads. I'm supporting you. I appreciate that. I put in a lot of work for this goddamn content, and no one else will. No one else will. For what strange reason, I have no idea. YouTube has. Hey, look, people know. People know. Hey, but if you want to support me, thank you. From the bottom of my heart. I appreciate you. All right, but I just want you guys to have a visual reference of all the BS that's going on. And I don't want to keep getting off track. Okay, so these were the violations, and this is where she requests basically that, man, petitioner believes based on conduct of XQC that XQC will continue to comply to fail to comply with orders that were previously ordered by this court and will be ordered by the court. So she basically saying, hey, he's not going to do it. All right. Not doing it. I want attorney fees. And guys, we know how this shit turned out. If you don't know, you're going to find out soon. If you don't know, whoever gifted 10, salute to you. Thank you so much. Thank you. Salute to that. I don't know why my notification's not working. I have no idea. All right, shout out to you, Star Stuff. Salute to you. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Anywho, whoa, 62 out of 60 subs. Jesus, thank you guys. I feel like Adept in this bitch.
Henry, thank you so much.
All right, anyway, let me stop. When was this document from? Okay, so some people don't know when it was from. This document was from January 17th. Okay? January 17th. And she's trying to jam him up. She put the request to stop him from gambling, all this other shit. Hey, I want him to be held in contempt. I'll explain to you guys what contempt mean. And punished as requested, and that XQC be ordered to pay attorney fees. Like, goddamn, she is all about the goddamn money.
Gotta get my bag and run.
It's sad. It's sad. It's sad. This is just a game. It's a game to her, but, you know, XQC's real life. What would have happened if he were held in contempt, huh? Now, let's go to the next document. Jesus. I'm getting out of order. Here we go. Because shortly after, right? Shortly after, on the 23rd, she put in some more goddamn violations. Now, look, these are all the new stuff. You see this? Hey, he tipped somebody. He tipped somebody $1,200. That's a violation. Okay, and he showed it on Twitch. Yo, guys, this woman is pocket
just make sure, just for you, it's not an error. Okay? I had some randomizer. Okay, give you a random amount. I'm not. Yeah, and I'm not kidding. You actually got almost the maximum amount. I put the 1 to 1,200, and you got 1197.
Okay,
it's crazy. Yeah, you're good.
Thank you.
Yo, you're good. Have a good night.
She said,
Henry, thank you so much.
thank you so much, XQC, for the goddamn $1,200 dono.
Ready to go? Okay, that wasn't too.
Now that's nice. That made someone's day. But to someone else, that was a violation. Someone was not happy that he gave away $1,200 to some family on a goddamn whim, on a randomizer. Okay, what else? What else next do we have? On or about January 20th, XQC falsely reported that Adept was trespassing the marital residence, attempted to have Williamson County law enforcement remove her from the residence. This is the police report that listed her as being heavyset. Their words, not mine. But anyway, and it's a marital home, but he owns the house. I've showed you the deed. I've showed you everything, okay? Everything. And I'm not going to, I know y'all like, show the goddamn report. Show the report, Henry. I'm not going to show it. I'm not going to show it. My editor did everything. It's out there at least 2 to 3 times. 2 to 3 times the report's out there. All right, and on the 21st, he accessed the Spectrum website or application and interfered with the internet service at the marital residence, despite knowing that she was using the marital residence and using the internet service. Ooh, was he being petty? Then on the 22nd, he accessed the My Spectrum website again to interfere with the internet service. This is when all the passwords were changed, okay? Now, what do we have here? I think we know how this ended, right? Guys, do you remember how it ended? You remember what the judge did? Give me a second to check some things. You remember what the judge did? Where is it at? All right. Right there. Open with Google Chrome. The judge came in, laid the smacketh downeth on her parasite candy ass. All right? What the judge say? Hey, these was her requests, guys. Remember she read those requests like, I want lawyer fees. The judge was like, nope. Well, what about spousal support, Judge? What about spousal support? Nope. No spousal support, no lawyer fees. Pay your own shit. Okay, is it okay to exploit family law for financial gains? Nope. No. Even in an RP divorce? Nope. No. And she even put this goddamn thing up on the side that said only parasites, simps, and gold diggers are upset about her not getting spousal support and lawyer fees.
That's a truthful statement.
All right. What else? She can still drive the Tesla and BMW. Compliments of him. No McLaren. It's still the same thing, guys. This should be fucking review for you guys. This should be you for review. If it's not, you're welcome. Like the stream. What else? Hey, no talking to HenryResilient. That shit's still on the table. You can't talk to his ass. No talking about the case. Just shut the fuck up. Okay, he can't talk about the case. So when he's on Dr. K, he's like, it's some shit I can't talk about because this bitch put a gag order on me from day one. Okay, thank you for the sub. All right, no more gambling for now, unless using fake stake money or Aiden's money or money not in your listed personal account. Wink, wink. You know what I'm saying? Okay, no more buying drip, but you can accept gifts up to $500,000 in the form of watches. That is acceptable. All right. And no, Adept, we're not giving you no doofy ass, gold digging ass, $500,000 bond just in case he breaks one of these goddamn laws that you want to impose on him as a way to try to get your, if you call your.
Gotta get my bag and run.
That's what, when I see her, that's the soundbite I think of because that's what she is trying to do. All right. Hey, that's why we're out in the court of public opinion. And, you know, who will trust her after this? Seriously, what guy? Probably some simp who, you know, some incel who's trying to get him a little, you know what I'm saying? Who maybe.
Yeah, that brother's starving.
Who's starving would take her down. Now, the blue writing, guys, the blue writing for all my people who be on YouTube like, the judge didn't really say that. The judge didn't say that. Speak accurately. I'm like, look, guys, the blue writing, it's my shit, okay? I'm reading the judge's brain, and it's complete satire. I hope you enjoyed it. If you laughed, like the stream. You see how it works? You see how it works? I'm just giving you all the goddamn court documents today so you guys can never, ever ask me again for them. Not that I don't mind giving them to you, but I'm just saying this is the shit I got. I'm giving you I'm giving you my all, like, guys. I put in time doing this. I built a server. I'm live streaming. I'm learning OBS. I gave up StreamYard. I made sure to schedule it when my daughter's not here. I'm just like, guys, I'm giving you all my blood, sweat, and tears. I know the stream ain't going as smooth, but shit. You'll be lying if I said I ain't trying. If you don't want to see ads, you know to get that YouTube. But anyway, thanks for watching. Let's keep going. Like, look, guys, we are cooking. Who else is going to do it? Who else even cares? Now, what you're going to have is you're going to have some fucking fake ass YouTubers. And what they going to do, they going to steal my court docs and say, hey, if you want to follow the case, like and subscribe, because I'm going to keep stealing HenryResilient's documents and posting them off as my own. But anyway, if you want to get the truth from the horse's mouth, you know where to find me. Let's keep going. Let's keep going, because we didn't talk legal defense. Ooh, we're doing good on time. We're doing good on time. Because the legal defense, guys, if you will, is probably pivotal. Okay, guys, you wanna know how XQC is going to defend himself. You kind of want to know it just a little, even if you know. Let me get some of this stuff off the way. Let me go back into my goddamn document server and pull up the legal defense, okay? I'm about to show you the legal defense of XQC, of Adept, what, like the bullshit she tried to pull, the defense XQC put up to basically get that ruling, because we kind of skipped to the end of the ruling, but they have to go through a trial. Oh, did we get 600 likes? Oh shit, 600 likes. So, just say that then. Why you ain't just say that? You could have said, hey, we got 600 likes. Go to the goddamn shit. I would have been like, oh, say less. Say less. All right, 600 likes. As a man of my word, we will go straight to the finale. You like, hey, y'all like, fuck all that bullshit, Henry. Get to that good shit, my nigga. All right. Give me a second. I didn't expect y'all to put some respect on my name, but look, guys, I'm so appreciative. I'm sincerely appreciative. XQCL's in the chat. Give me like 2 minutes to get this shit together. And then maybe after the main event, if you guys want to stick around and go through some of the nuanced stuff of his defense, we will. I promise you. I had a whole show planned. I had all the documents loaded. Oh, snap. TTS.
Everybody like the stream.
Dust is in the building, guys. Yes, please do me a favor. Like the stream. It helps with the algorithm. And 720 likes. Shit, y'all gonna get me to 1K before I get it up? Jesus, man, I appreciate the love. All right. I'm in my server with the documents. It's a couple that I have to get. So bear with me, if you will. I think I have. All right. Sorry guys. I'm not even trying to stall you. I sincerely did not expect to hit this. I sincerely didn't. I'm not lying. So what I have to do is I have to close some things, and we will get to where we need to get to with the police information that pertains to the, hold on, let me make sure I don't like dox myself or something. Thank you for the subs too, so that we don't whatchamacallit. Like, guys, y'all surprise me every time, man. And you know what kills me? You know what really like pisses me off? And I'll be perfectly honest with you guys, since we family now, is, okay, when I go to other places or something, and I hear people talking bad about the juicers. Now, granted, I know we have a few bad apples, a few bad apples, but I know it's not by and large everyone. I know it's not. And I appreciate that, and I want to focus on the people that it's not. So I gotta go to the Seal Records, guys. You like Seal Records? Like, shut up. The case is supposed to be sealed, Henry. Stop telling everyone you getting shit. I know. So I have a folder called Protective Order Request, and I have to make sure everything is redacted because, you know, despite this stuff being public information, I would never want to dox Adept or XQC. I'm just not in that business. I'm just not in that business of doxing people. Download. All right. Okay. Hold on. I think I need one more. Where is the 7-1? What case number is this? Nope. Give me a second. Jesus, man. Thank you, guys. Is this the protective order? Yes, it is. Yes, it is. This is what we want. Download. Jesus, man. You like, Henry, what the hell you doing? I'm like, guys. Here, I'll let you guys. Oh, no, I can't because I'll dox myself if I show you that. All right. I need one more document and then we live. Where's the first one? 726 order signed, application, order. Oh shit. Fuck, I need the sua sponte stuff. God damn it. Look, guys, just hang tight. Hang tight, order. Download. All right, cool. Here we go.
Saying hey to my boyfriend, David. Hey, I see you in chat.
Hey, shout out to your boyfriend. Who did? Colleen. I know a Colleen. I went to high school with a Colleen. Hey, see you in chat. Oh, we got a love connection in the goddamn shit. We got a
love of my life.
We got a love connection. All right. I see. All right. I think I have everything. Sua sponte. I have that. I have, because I want to go in order. When this shit broke. Notice or. Okay. We gonna go in order. And then we're gonna get to the police report. Blah, 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 blah. Shit kept getting extended. That's how we got the court date from. Sua sponte. Police record request. This the case? Yeah, this is the case. All right, we're gonna do that up front. Don't worry. We don't need that. And we're good. We don't need pokes, tweets, do we? All right, let's get it. Sorry guys for the delay. This is oh shit, I gotta do the whatchamacallit thing. All right, there we go. All right, so this is the someone said I'm David. What the fuck? I'm David. All right, David. All right. So when it comes to the protective order, this thing popped off on the June 9th. Protective order popped off on June 9th. And you can kind of go through and see everything, right? So June 9th, it pops off. We have the, it was filed by her attorney. Okay, they issued a citation. Now, if you go to request this shit, it's all donezo. You cannot find it anywhere. Okay, here is the original application for the protective order. And I took great offense because, with these things, it's very vague, okay? Very serious, but very vague. You see it was filed on the 9th, 2023. And what does it say? Grounds. Respondent has engaged in conduct that constitutes family violence. All right. Respondent is XQC. Respondent committed acts that were intended by respondent to result in physical harm. Physical harm, guys. And these were threats are reasonably placed, applicant in fear of imminent physical harm. So these are, the applicant is adept. Respondent's conduct was reasonably likely to harass, annoy, alarm, abuse, torment, or embarrass applicant. Okay, so the way he conducted himself was one of these things. Okay, notice how they say or. All right, it's a bunch of ors because they don't say. But when you see the letter that they wrote to the attorney generals, I think it's going to be quite clear. All right. Hey, the residence in which applicant resides is owned by respondent, and respondent has an obligation to support adept as spouses. Okay, which they have yet to be proven. All right. Respondent has harmed or threatened to harm applicant in the manner described in the affidavit as appendix, as exhibit A. Now, all these exhibits are protected, okay? And this is standard information, no talking, no committing family violence, no threatening or harassing, juicers, no threatening adept, all that good stuff. All right? No prohibiting her from using the house. All this good stuff, right? Maintain 350 feet away at all times. You can't do anything with the firearms. Hence, when he went out shooting with Aiden Ross, he didn't go into the whatchamacallit. He did not go into the gun range. Granting applicant exclusive use of the residence. So, this is when he had to get out the house that he bought. Okay. Now look, this is all to embarrass him. Hey, I want him to attend battering and intervention class, stuff like that. And I say, hey, welcome to family court. No more house tours. All right. All this good stuff. And at the end of it, she wants attorney fees. Remember, I said, hey, this happened for $16. Now we go to he keeps pushing back the protective order. Okay. He wanted to push it back. All right. Next thing you know, the July 26th, they had a hearing. She requested that she subpoenaed the detective on the case to testify on her behalf, but it kept getting pushed back. These are just the same orders, but what you're going to see is the September 1st date, right? September 1st, 9:00. This is why I presume he's busy. Now, what happened after this September 26th is this order out of nowhere, out of left field, 7 weeks later, after the initial complaint was filed. The court said, sua sponte, ordered that the records in the above number case be sealed. All right. And this really jammed me up because I was on my way to getting some stuff. Like, well, Henry, what was you on your way getting? I reached out. Guys, as an investigator, I can give two shits about what Adept says, and to some extent, I can give less about what XQC says when the police are involved. You know why? Because I want to get the police statement. I want to hear it from their perspective. Okay, so what did I do? I did a public information records request. All right, anyone could do it. It's not illegal. And guess what? I'm not the only person to do it. Okay, I know someone else who did it, but they did it too soon, and the investigation was still open. And this is why I waited. You wait because you want the investigation to be closed. If it's open, then you're not getting shit. So what did I do? I waited. People were pressuring me. What happened? What did they say? They said, hey, Henry, the city of Cedar Park, we got your records request. Now, the city believes that some of the information responsive to your request is accepted, disclosure under the Texas Public Information Act. If you don't know, guys, anytime a cop does something, it's public information. You can request it. Will they be responsive? Not so sure. Who knows? As a result, we have requested an open records decision from the Texas Attorneys General about whether the information is within an exception to public disclosure. So they want to know if they can give it to me. The city will provide you with a copy of our request to the Attorney General, which is where all the juice is. You know, and this is not my first time going through this. When I was investigating the death of the Green Ranger, RP to JDF, this same thing happened, but the investigation was still open. So they just stonewalled my ass. I was like, hey, can I get it? It was like, nope. No. All right. The office of the attorney will provide you with a copy of the decision once issued. All right. The Attorney General will issue a decision within 45 business days. All right. Upon receipt, the city will follow the decision of the Attorney General. So we're looking at mid-October or sooner. All right. Now here's the juice. Let me go full screen because we're gonna read this together. We're gonna read it slowly, and I want you guys to pay attention as I explain it. All right. Let's go. If you haven't already, like the goddamn stream. You're not getting this entertainment anywhere else, I promise you. No one would do the due diligence to just request a goddamn police report, but everyone will say they support him and all this shit. I want to get down to the truth. August 24th. Remember, guys, I told you we had a tornado in my area. This shit was probably in my mailbox way sooner, but I couldn't get it. Okay? This letter is regarding the above referenced public information request on the 10th that Henry made. All right? The city received this request. This is a letter to the Attorney General on my behalf for the information on the 10th. Therefore, the last day to request a ruling from the Attorney General's office on the 24th. You see how they cutting it close? They cutting it close as shit. Hey, look, the last day is the request on the 24th. We're going to send it to him on the 24th because we don't want Henry to get this shit. All right? Now, the requester, I am the requester, seeks Cedar Park Police Department records concerning, that address. This is the requester's second request for some of the responsive information. Guys, this is not my first time requesting police reports. Anyone could do it. This is my second time. And when you're dealing with the police, you never want to give like a fake name or any bullshit like that. And I'm sure Adept and XQC are aware that I requested the report. That's just how it is. Please refer to city reference of which I requested. That was requested March 13th on 2013. Okay. They keep going. Hey, we forward you to the requested information is also the subject of a separate request that was forwarded to your office on August 3rd, 2023. Please, see, like I said, other people have requested. Now, the person who requested this shit, I know, I'm aware of. They sent me their response and I was like, duh, dude, you were impatient. You were impatient and you got, you know what I'm saying? You got too overzealous. It is what it is. Everyone don't do this. I've been doing this shit for almost a decade. Okay. Some information included in the police report only will be made available to the requestor for inspection and or duplication. Pending a ruling from this office, this information is contained in Exhibit B. So what Exhibit B is, they have a packet waiting for me. Okay? The packet is waiting for me to receive, provided that the Attorney General gets it. Let's keep going. Where are we at? Blah, blah, blah. Some law right here. Information that is also contained in public records unless information is made confidential under the act. So as long as the information is not confidential, they'll release it. Okay. Accordingly, the city will release information contained in Exhibit B, pending ruling for your office. Like I said, they got the packet ready for me. They have it ready. Now, this part right here is what I want you guys to know. Because it's not about the packet. If you're in Henry Court, you already know. All right, information considered to be confidential by law, either constitutional, statutory, or by judicial decision. Now, this section encompasses a common law privacy and it accepts from disclosure private facts about individuals, so like their birth dates and all this other stuff. Now, information is expected from required public disclosure by a common law right of privacy if the information, okay, contains, highly intimate or embarrassing facts, the publication of which be highly objectionable in a reasonable person and if the information is of not legitimate concern. Now, you like, what the hell? Why would I say this? This is them telling you why you can't get it. Well, I posted a document showing how you can get sealed documents unsealed. And typically it's by the media because they can say, hey, this is of legitimate concern to the public, especially like if it's a TMZ or a CNN or a CBS. Now let's get to what you guys want to see. This is the most telling part of everything, and not even all of it. The information submitted in Exhibit C relates to SA. In open decision in some 1983, your office concluded generally only the information that either identifies or tends to identify a victim of SA or other S-related offenses may be withheld under common law privacy. However, because the identifying information was inextricably intertwined with other releasable information, the governmental body was required to withhold the entire report. Okay? So they saying basically, hey, we withheld it, so we can't do it because it has identifying information. Furthermore, right? Furthermore, they cite another court case decision from 1982. Where it says identity of witnesses to avoid victims of S harassment was highly intimate or embarrassing information. The public did not have legitimate interest in such information. That's another one. Now here is where it comes to me. Further, in those instances, oh no, I gotta stop that. Sorry, that's the big part that's coming up. In those instances where it's demonstrated that the requester, which is me, knows the identity of the victim, the entire report must be withheld to protect the victim's privacy. The city believes that the requester knows the identity of the victim and seeks to withhold the entire report. Okay, the city does not want me to have it. Okay, which is fine. I don't want the report because now I don't fucking need it. I don't need it. You know why? Because this next part right here. And let's get to it. The city also asserts that the responsive information contained in Exhibit C is exempt from disclosure pursuant to this, the government because it is information and internal records of a law enforcement agency relating to a closed criminal investigation that ended in a result other than a conviction or deferred adjudication. Now, right now, everyone Google deferred adjudication, okay? Google that shit. So, let me repeat this. The information and internal records of a law enforcement agency relating to a closed, as in no longer open, criminal investigation that ended in a result other than a conviction. Other than a conviction or deferred adjudication. Now you like, Henry, what the fuck does deferred adjudication mean, right? Let's Google it. Deferred adjudication. Oh gosh. What was it, Texas? I said Texas. I know I'm hype. Give me a second. What does it mean? Meaning, sorry. Left off meaning. Left off meaning. What does it say? What does it say? Deferred adjudication in Texas is a special kind of probation that gives you the opportunity to keep your conviction off your criminal record. But guess what? It doesn't matter what it says because it doesn't apply to XQC. It doesn't apply to him. You see, hey, it ended in a result other than conviction or deferred adjudication. Come on. No, he probably settled.
Nope.
No, you can't settle this shit. If you SA someone, they're not like, oh, okay, you SA'd someone. Hey, make nice with them. We'll take it off your record. No, shit don't work like that. Now, let's keep going. Let's keep going. Now, no conviction. I'm not a fucking lawyer. I'm not a police official, but it sounds like no conviction is no conviction, no charges. Sounds like no charge. Look, I don't know. No deferred adjudication equals probation. Put some fucking XQCLs in the damn chat. Now, why is no one covering this? Why is no one speaking on this? Why is no one saying this? You got the biggest streamer in the goddamn world being accused or alleged or whatever you want to put, insinuated of SA in look, this is straight from the police department, which the investigation closed, no conviction, no probation, and it's just crookeds out there. We'll just go back to like nothing never fucking happened. He on goddamn interviewing with Dr. K, just holding it together, and then boom, you see this report, nothing. Is anyone gonna say anything? Is anyone gonna be like, oh shit? Is anyone is 2 + 2 still 4 out here, or is it 5 if we feel like it? I really don't know. I really don't know. So why the hell you think you have this smear campaign on his goddamn personal character? Because the shit is hitting the fan. It's over. The marriage, done. You're not winning it. You want to put the family violence on him? Done. How is it happening? Thank you for the tip. Like, Jesus, man. Like, I've never seen nothing like this other than Johnny Depp and Amber Heard.
Gentlemen, we got her.
Like, what the fuck? All right, I gotta take a goddamn whatever shit. Losing my goddamn voice. So, look. Woo, Jesus. Tell me I did not put my all up into this shit right here. I put my all into it. I gave it my all. And I will continue to give it my all until XQC is fucking done with this shit and it's behind him and he can go and live in his life and he get his cars back. And guess what? You gonna see her fucking crying again. God, everyone's attacking me. If I said it happened, it happened. It happened, guys.
Shut up, bitch.
No, the cops don't say it. It doesn't look like they happened according to the cops. Where's the police report? Oh, you keep trying to get everything sealed to control the narrative and you don't want XQC to say shit? But hey, look, I have no dog in this fight. Now look, guys, if it said he did some shit, then hey, that's what the report said. I still would have reported it. It just been what it was. But when you have that gut feeling and you know someone's on some bullshit, Hey, friend, hey, did he touch you? Did he SA you? Can you please say he SA'd you? Because then it'll be 2 people saying this bullshit, and then my case will be stronger. Guys, I don't know what to say. Does this mean he get his property back? I don't know. I don't know about the property. He put her ass on the title, she getting that shit. You know what I'm saying? That's just what it is. That's just what it is. You got to split. America's the title. You on the title, you get half. All right? But goddamn, man. Thank you, guys. Jesus, man. I don't even know what to do, man. I really don't. In all honesty, I don't know what to do with this shit. I don't. Because it's there in black and white, and blue is my writing. And you see it as clear as day. And what's going to happen? Is there going to be any negative consequence for this getting tossed out allegedly or ending? Will there be any ramifications? Will there be something? Nothing? Or are we just going to go on like our day and just be like, oh, well, he'll just tank it. He's just in court fighting these bogus charges. Day in, first is RP divorce, and now it's looking like RPSA. I don't want to victim shame, but that's what the fuck it looks like according to what the cop's saying. Hey, no conviction is no conviction, no deferred adjudication. I mean, what are we doing? Is the truth gonna come out later? That's what. Hey, just wait, guys. Keep an open mind. Just keep an open mind, guys. It's going to come out.
Shut up, bitch.
No. It looks like it's already came out. You're going to try to get ahead of this probably when I stop streaming, or maybe tomorrow, or maybe just act like it didn't exist at all. What are we going to do? And like this shit took so much out of me. Like, god damn. Like sitting on this all day, watching him stream, knowing that he probably knew this shit weeks ago. But what is there going to be any penalty from this? No, because we don't want other people coming forward and then their shit get tossed out and then it's negative and then they just beat it on the evidence, to protect people, man. But I look, guys, I hate to see this happen to men. I hate it so much. That's why I advocate for men so much. And, shout out to my women, but all right, guys, what do you think? What do you think? I could probably keep going, but Jesus, man. Like, someone said lock her up. They not gonna do nothing, man. And you know why? Here's the thing, right? Give me a second. I'll show you why this happened. Because I was gonna play this, but just hear me out. I know exactly why it happened. And it's unfortunate that it happened. It probably couldn't have happened to a better guy. He's tanking it. Could you imagine not only going through an RP divorce and then you go through this bullshit and then here we go. Here we go right here. Right here, he'll tell you.
With women who are completely out of control.
But what is an out of control woman? What is this creature? How do we know when we met one?
Well, I'm sure that you've met women in your life that acted towards you in a bullying and detestable manner. It's very difficult for women to cope with that because they don't have any real recourse. And female bullying can be unbelievably vicious. It takes the shape of reputation destruction, innuendo, and gossip. So because people look...
What does it say? Takes the shape of reputation destruction, innuendo, and gossip. Hey, how can I destroy him? Well, no one's believing marriage. Okay, cops don't look like they're believing SA. Well, shit. I'll destroy his reputation.
Look at aggressive and antisocial behavior in women and in men. And in women, it tends to take the expression of innuendo, gossip, and reputation destruction. And in men, it tends to take the form of outright physical aggression. There's a whole literature on that. This has been known for 30 years. I mean, look, women have to express aggression somehow unless you're willing to say that they're not aggressive. They tend not to do it physically. Not to the degree men do, so they use other channels. And what other channels are there other than physical aggression if you're going to be aggressive? Well, you go after people verbally. You go after them with innuendo and gossip and reputation destruction. Men have different...
You see? It's textbook. Now look, man. God damn. We did it, guys. I have thrown down every BS that come up against XQC way with either court records or facts or 4K proof. And like, I don't even know what else to do. I hope other people who want to be in this space do their due diligence. Get the police report. Don't take anyone's word for it. Conduct some goddamn interviews. Now, if you want to stick around for his legal defense, which I showed probably months ago, and you want to see how she goes for Jesus, man, we might just have to do a part 2. I'm sorry. I am sorry, man. I've been streaming 3.5 hours and I'm not built fucking XQC tough. I can't do it. You're like, can you keep going? Oh man, shit. Hey, but you got 1,000 people watching. I'm like, I know. I know. Jesus. Like the stream. All right, let's see. Any questions, guys? Let me fill some questions for the chat. Let me see what other documents I have. I think the only thing we have left is legal defense and her trying to get money out of him, because we covered everything leading up to it. We've covered kind of the end of things. I have no idea when the court trial is going to presume. I don't know if she was given a jury trial or anything like that. We know it's a Hail Mary. I know it's a Hail Mary. Everyone knows it's a Hail Mary. All right. Where are we at with it? This right here, guys. This is what you need to remember. If you don't remember anything else from this stream, you want to remember this. You really do. You want to be like, hey, what is this right here? Hey, it's the last sentence. I couldn't believe it reading it. Criminal investigation is closed. No conviction. Well, it resulted in something other than a conviction. So what are we talking? What did it result in? I don't know. Self-promo? Someone said self-promo. Oh, look, guys. Come to me if you want the truth. Come to me if you want the facts. This is a closed case. I can't imagine anything involving essay to result in something other than a conviction. I can't imagine it. Or bare minimum probation. So essay occurred and there was no conviction, no probation. Seems sketchy as shit to me, but what do I know? I'm just a former investigator, not a lawyer, not a cop, doing XQC's work, if you will. Holy snap. Who is this? Someone tip me. TTS.
Henry, you are absolutely on fire. Keep cooking, big dog. Us parasocials appreciate you and will stick with you even when the heavy set drama is done. Chat, can I get a heavy set? Heavy set world record, heavy set world record, heavy set world record, heavy set world record.
Oh my goodness. Thank you. Thank you. Y'all are wild. Here, y'all want the emotes? I know y'all do. I know y'all do. I know y'all do. Oh my goodness, man. Hey, thank you, man. I mean, here's the thing. Here's the thing. I'll be honest with you guys. I'll be perfectly honest. If you stick with me, you stick with me. I appreciate it. It will be more cases. It'll be me exposing more lawsuits, if you will. I'll definitely stream tomorrow. We can go over the legal defense. It'll probably be a more chill stream. We do got some responses from OTK. Adriana had her hearing today. If you're in Henry Court, you know all this shit. And shout out to my man Dust dropping memberships. Welcome to the goddamn Brazilian Army, baby. Oh my goodness. But my daughter starts school tomorrow. I gotta be, I want to be there. I'm an active father. So as a part of me being an active father, I'm going to be actively up in there, even if her mother don't want me to be there and shit. All that good stuff, man. All that good stuff. But guys, I got streamed on Thursday. Dust is dropping memberships left and right, man. Make sure you get one. Get one while you can. Spam his goddamn emoji. If you on YouTube, like the goddamn stream. Can we get to? I need 18 likes to get to 1,000. 18 to get to 1,000. I don't think I've ever had 1,000 streams, 1,000 likes in a stream. It'll actually be a record for me if y'all can help me get to 1,000 streams, 1,000 likes. I'm getting delusional. I've been streaming since 6 o'clock, 6:30 or something. Jesus, man. I'm on the way. Let's go. Let's go, juicers. XQCL in the goddamn chat. My editor should be editing this shit to have out by tomorrow. If you see someone with my court docs, let me know. There's one channel in particular that loves stealing my shit. Let me know. Damn, San is out here gifting membership. Shout out to you, San. Where your ass been at? Shout out to San. Now look, man, San is a real one. And I do have a video for San. And maybe I'll play it. Hey, look at that 1K. Oh, shit, guys. Guys. I never hit 1K. I never thought I'd hit 1K likes on the stream. I see other streamers hit it like nothing. They say like the stream and it's 1K. But I promise you, it's going to be more streams. And we all got to thank someone for being a greedy ass bitch. Trying to get her goddamn bag and run.
Gotta get my bag and run.
And now she got egg on her fucking face. And it's game over. It is. All right, man. I appreciate y'all liking the stream. XQCL's in the chat. If you see him, throw up a goddamn XQCL, man. Hopefully he gets some rest. He come back stronger, brighter, faster. I appreciate everyone who's been rocking with me from day one or from day 50 or from fucking today. Like, hey, who's this Henry guy? I appreciate it. And on that note, guys, I wish I had my shit set up for a nice ass outro. But you know what? I actually do. You know what? Let me give y'all some motivation. You like, Henry, you got some motivation for us? I do. Give me a second. I'll get to the motivation. You like, you gonna give us some motivation? I'm like, damn straight. Let me go to the XQCO Clips channel. I saw he posted one of the posts that the juicers, oh shit, the XQC Clips channel. XQCO be jacking me up. It was posted a while ago. And when I first started streaming, the juicers were very generous to me, right? The juicers were showing me the goddamn way. It was like, hey, if you're going to be covering XQC, here's some classic clips you have to be covering. And remember, guys, always remember this.
You know, if in life you always show up, right? And you get a participation ticket every day. And what you do, at some point, you'll hit the juice, right? Even if you show up and you don't get it 100 times in a row, maybe at some point you'll get it, right? But if you have no names in the hat, how can you expect to be drawn from the hat? You can't. Every day you gotta put your name in it. At some point it goes juicer mode. You gotta believe. You gotta believe in yourself and what you do. There's no clear definition of what the juice is. Because the juice is whatever you make it. It can be anything. Nobody can define what it is for you. You know what the juice is, right? For me, like sometimes I feel like the juice is. Whenever I win, I pop off, right? Like I go, ah, monkey rage, poop, mauled, poo. That's my juice, right? But maybe your juice is when you do a nice piece of art, right? Like Picasso, and you go like, hey, look at my art. Hell yeah, that's your juice, right? Maybe you like when people